Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome back in for game number 4, the Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks. The easy way to put it tonight, it can't possibly go worse for the Oilers in game number 4 than it did in game 3. Just an embarrassing effort all the way around. Yes, that does not excuse the goaltending performance, but for the Edmonton Oilers, deservedly so, they have to be better tonight in all facets of the game to simply stick in this series, right? The Oilers are in a precarious situation where you go down 3-1 headed back to Vancouver. Series is likely over on Thursday night. So the Edmonton Oilers obviously need to have that much better effort, and I will take it in no one's better authority than George Larocque, who on Bob Stauffer's Oilers Now this afternoon, as everybody drove home from work, put a note there, made it known that the Edmonton Oilers, given all that happened in Game 3, given how Game 3 ended with cross-check and the suspension for Soucy and all said, guess what? We're going to giddy up and really see the Oilers come to town tonight and have one heck of a hockey game in which it shouldn't even be close for the Vancouver Canucks. So that is, of course, the opening little thing I got for you tonight, because there isn't really much else to expect from the Oilers but better, right? That's really the only thing you can ask for them, and the only thing you can hope for them this evening is they got to be better. They got to step up in every asset of the game. Obviously, as well, you've got Calvin Pickard starting for you tonight. How much of a difference does that make? Again, I will tell you, with this Edmonton Oilers team, when they play good defense, any goaltender can look good because of how many goals you're scoring at the same time. But we'll see what Calvin Pickard has in his first, hopefully, full 60 minutes of these Stanley Cup playoffs. And I think to everybody's comments here throughout the past 48 hours, everybody knew it was a matter of time, even entering the playoffs, before Calvin Pickard or another goaltender saw some crease time in action for the Edmonton Oilers in these playoffs. And it really does come down to, what do you do with your opportunity, right? It was in 06, game 2 through 7 in the Stanley Cup final. You watched UC Markkanen play lights out to try and win the Edmonton Oilers the first Stanley Cup in what was 16 years at that point. That seems ridiculous to say, but it was ultimately the Carolina Hurricanes and the rookie goaltender Cam Ward who was able to bring it home back to North Carolina. So where you have it this evening for the Edmonton Oilers is an effort where you've got a new goaltender in net, you've got a team that has to be much better in every facet of the game, and a team that will be hungry, a team that should be physical. Please help me if they're not, and we'll see where we go. So, friends, that is where we're at. Obviously, tonight I need to find a something to wear, you know? It's kind of been one of those situations, and we need some luck tonight. We need something to go right. And I'll tell you, I've got exactly that hanging up right here. You know, usually when you're talking about luck, everybody thinks of one color. Everybody thinks of the color of money, right? The color of St. Patrick's Day. The color of everything all told. We'll throw on the green tonight. The Crossfield Renegades jersey from the RMAA. Not Crossfield, sorry, RMAA. Renegades jersey from this past season for the U13B squad down there in Crossfield, Didsbury, and Carstairs. We'll throw it on, we'll get it going, and we'll see if we can turn things around tonight with a little bit of good luck from the green jersey this evening. So friends, thanks for being aboard. Glad to have you this evening. We'll turn to the chat right here, right now. I guess to give you the full effect though, first before we get to the chat, I guess I should give you the full effect of the jersey again. For those of you that don't know, this was a little special project I was able to put together last season for the hockey squad up there in the RMA division, throwing together the third jersey, if you would, for them. On the bottom there, you would see that it has the Dolynny TV logo, the word art that some of you might have seen over the years. But there we go. Let's do this, friends. To the chat we go, Em. Welcome aboard. Awake, Avery as well. Whale, you take care of yourself, but nonetheless, glad to have you along. Supreme, to answer that question quite quickly, I believe Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are playing on separate lines tonight. That's good news for us. Jordan, welcome aboard as well. As the Edmonton Oilers obviously just, well, 6:50. This broadcast is supposed to be over at 7:50, so one would assume we're about an hour away from puck drop between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers this evening. So thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. We go to quickly check the starting goaltenders tonight. It is Archers Shilvas who starts in net for the Vancouver Canucks, 4-2 record. 1 shutout, 265 goals against average, 908 save percentage. It's Calvin Pickard versing him with totally blank numbers except for a 1,001, whatever you want to say, save percentage in these playoffs following his brief appearance in game number 3. So friends, that's where we find ourselves getting to it. We'll get the Pepsi out for tonight. I don't think I had a Pepsi in game 3. That might have thrown off the mojo a little bit. Again, this is the time of year you got to get a little superstitious. Got to get it all thrown together. So we'll see kind of what we can all throw together tonight to make this happen. Like I said, I'm going with the lucky green here to try and turn the tide against the Vancouver Canucks, who also wear a bit of green, I guess you could say, as the Edmonton Oilers get things going in about an hour's time. As David, welcome aboard as well, and Kinder's hoping the Canucks see the Oilers tie it up tonight. Everybody, I think, is starting now based on how this series has gone. And I know some people might not have been a fan of me doing the Who's Your Zaddy video last night, but again, this is where this is. This series deserves 7, and every little bit you can do to kind of hype it up and have a little bit of fun with it is rightfully so. Again, that Battle of Alberta in 2022, the Oilers had a mission and they accomplished it, but man, could you imagine if that series went to 7 between the Flames and Oilers, and now we have the second best possibility, the Flames and, or sorry, screw that up every time, the Oilers and the Canucks going to game 7. So we'll see where that takes us tonight. Obviously, even if the Oilers don't tie it up in game number 4, there is still a whole bunch of possibilities going into game 5 in Vancouver's arena. So I like the Oilers' chances still. I like the move to go to Pickard, even if maybe it's not a punish Stuart Skinner thing. Maybe it's just a, hey, we need to give the Canucks a different look. Whatever the theory thought is from one Chris Knobloch, I am here for it tonight simply because we need to try something out of the box, and the biggest change you can make is subbing out Stuart Skinner for either Campbell or Pickard, and it is tonight Mr. Calvin Pickard. So now obviously you could see the third string Jack Campbell maybe somehow find a way back into the Oilers crease at some point these playoffs. All it'll take is an injury at this point. So Adam, how are we feeling about 11 forwards and 7 defensemen? I know that was the rumor today. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I'm assuming that will be possible for the Oilers. I think it is Broberg who may suit up for the Oilers tonight. Again, that might not be a bad line change either for the Oilers, trying to get things get the Oilers kind of some different looks, right? The Vancouver Canucks have had some success. I don't think Philip Broberg is going to be your answer physically, but again, he's going to be highly motivated to be physical for the Oilers, one might imagine, if you're getting inserted in the lineup in a series where the Oilers' physical toughness, physical edge is getting questioned. The Oilers call out back in early November. For those of you guys that don't know, I guess we kind of face similar situations as we have in games 1 and 3 with this Oilers team way back at the start of the year with the October-November crisis that saw Jay Woodcroft fired. It was very frustrating. I think we all knew exactly what this team could do, as we do here in this series against the Canucks, and they just had a flat-out refusal on the ice to do as such. So tonight, hopefully the Oilers kind of learn those lessons they have all season and come out and absolutely just run the Canucks out of the building. I think it was George Larocque today saying, you know, back in the 06 playoffs, as soon as you laid the body on somebody in that Red Wings series, Rexall Place lit up. The roof almost came off just how loud it got in there, and that's obviously one thing I will to this day begrudge the yellow pages because back in the day, right, when you used the yellow pages to find a radio station's phone number, it wasn't as easy as one might think, and for some reason I couldn't find it that day when all I wanted to do is yell "Let's go Oilers" and get playoff tickets to the Red Wings Oilers. I think it was what would have been game 3, as yeah, that would have been absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite crack it, as we were that close to being in the building in 06. So would have absolutely won for sure, especially knowing the person I was talking to all these years later, or possibly talking to. So all right, friends. The Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks. Again, for those of you just joining, it is Calvin Pickard in net for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Archer Shelvos will be the starter once more for the Vancouver Canucks, and the Oilers as well. Keep in mind, they need to find a way to win tonight. In case Thatcher Demko is good to go for game number 5, you gotta just come up with a good effort here. Obviously, too, for the Oilers, limiting Brock Besser and Elias Lindholm is going to be pivotal. Punishing Nikita Zadorov right out of the gate is going to be another key factor for the Oilers, and there's a whole bunch of things you can point to that'll change the course of direction tonight for the Oilers, and hopefully they decide to show up and get those directions changed, or we could be in for a real long night here as well, friends. If you're just joining in, about 60 of you aboard for the ride. If you haven't hit that like button yet, make sure to do that here this evening as you come on into the chat. I changed up the top pin chat for you. Said thumbs up. Let's go Oilers. Let's get a little something positive going on here. See if the Edmonton Oilers can find a way to win a hockey game on a game that kind of the series almost hangs in the balance for them as we get started up here in game number 4. So obviously see what the Oilers can do. That'll be the number 1 key. The Oilers got to find a way early and often in this game to be the difference makers on the ice, because if the Vancouver Canucks kind of just are able to control play, the Edmonton Oilers could really have a problem, right? The Vancouver Canucks, the Oilers, yeah, we could have a problem. So let's do this here, friends, as yeah, we'll get to obviously breaking down Florida and Boston, which that series hangs in the balance here as well tonight. Very interesting to see if the Panthers can close it out. Obviously, they're up 3-1, but I believe they trail 2-1 after 2, so that'll be interesting to see what happens for them. Joe, Chris, Flipperdew, welcome aboard into the chat. As, yeah, we're getting things rolling towards game number 4. Again, tonight I think is the exact same thing. It's a different story when you're coming off a win as opposed to, or a bad loss as opposed to kind of being in a comfortable spot. Tonight it's a lot of nerves. Tonight, you know, the Oilers have to have a better response. That's kind of the big thing. The Oilers, if they don't, we are going to be in for a very quiet night by the end of the night, right? A lot of Oilers fans will be done with hockey early and often if the Canucks find a way to score a bunch of goals early on. Clay, welcome aboard this evening. And Nate's saying Oilers suck. Well, so far after game 3, they have sucked. That is a correct statement. The Oilers have not played well in the first 3 games of the series, whether it be because the Canucks are doing a good job or whether it be because the Oilers are just simply really screwing up early, often, and late in hockey games. So we'll see what the Edmonton Oilers can manage for us this evening. Toast, welcome aboard as well. Benjamin, welcome in, as the Edmonton Oilers obviously are going to get things rolling here in about 50-ish minutes. I know there's rumors of puck drop at 7:45, but I think for the Oilers we may see puck drop around 7:50, just based on the ending of this Florida Panthers Boston Bruins game. Crypto, welcome in, cheering for the Canucks. That's tough for you, but hey, hopefully it rewards you at the end of the day. And everybody else as well, I will tell you, Stuart Skinner is not injured. It is a benching for Skinner in favor of Calvin Pickard, who will start this evening for the Edmonton Oilers, looking to turn around this series and send it back to Vancouver tied. Georges Laraque was saying tonight, well, for the Oilers, it'll be a win tonight, go and steal one in Vancouver, bring it home, and end this series on home ice in Game 6. So, yeah, this is where Alan's saying, following up the comment as well, George Laraque said the Oilers are, in a word, going to obliterate the Vancouver Canucks tonight. Scott, you're at the watch party, going to be a sick game. Hopefully enjoy it. Stay off your phone. Enjoy the heck of it. Don't let anybody online, anybody out there spoil it. Keep your phone on silent and just go out there and enjoy the vibe at the watch party, because it is going to be a good time down there tonight. Obviously a desperate game for the Oilers. Even more desperate for the fans gathered outside, who will be cheering loud and proud and probably running around like crazy as they always do, following every single Edmonton Oilers goal. Linda, welcome in. As we are getting closer to puck drop between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks, friends. Tonight, of course, if anybody has details on if CBC Gem is streaming the game, please let us know in the comments section or the chat or whatever you want to call it. That is always a nice pivotal thing to find out for everybody back home, in case you're across Canada and are unable to watch tonight. And as well, friends, I guess now that we got 80 of you aboard, we can kind of set that over-under on the watch time. Not that I'm a gambling man on stream or on sports, but something that we normally do just to kind of pump up the fun here. We're going to look at that 1,000 mark once again. I think that's a pretty easy all told mark. We're just over 17 hours right now. Obviously, we're only 16 minutes into the stream, so make of that what you will do. So as Chris will catch you, and Mick, what's with the Oilers? They almost broke the record for a winning streak, and now they're struggling. Again, the Oilers, it's kind of always been their MO, right? Hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. And now you're just hoping here in game number 4 they ride hot and somehow find a way to come up with a big-time victory against the Canucks in game 4, send it back to Vancouver, and see where we go from here. Because for the Oilers, obviously, you're going to want to see your best performance of the series in this game and the game that closes it out against the Canucks. So stay tuned for what happens here tonight. And Joe, everyone's talking. I know everyone keeps talking about Leon's future with the Oilers, and it's all on the. Nah, I don't play into it. If Leon's future was on the line with the Oilers, Leon would be scoring 50% or more of the pucks he shoots. Right, he would be going out in style. That's the kind of guy Leon Draisaitl is. So we'll see what he has in store for us tonight. Mark, another good measure as well. Stay out of the box tonight. Yeah, I think staying out of the box would be kind of the way you have some success. But as well, the Edmonton Oilers, the Oilers could use a little bit of more 5-on-5 time to maybe get their 5-on-5 game going. I think the big thing here tonight is staying off the 4-on-4, because every single game the Oilers have had 4-on-4 in this series, which has been every game. It has really wrecked the mojo of the hockey game. So I think tonight, if you stay 4-on-4 or stay 5-on-5, you actually almost might favor the Oilers, especially knowing the expectations here on tonight. So, well, to ask the question, you noticing the overlay scoreboard will update before I call the goals. Do I see it update? Sometimes, sometimes not, right? I think a lot of the times it's more the chat moving that I see than I see the scoreboard. And I think there's a lot of times, too, it's actually kind of in tune or just behind me throughout the regular season. So, yeah, kind of somewhere in the middle on that one, actually. As Brett, welcome aboard. Glad to have you in here as well, as the Edmonton Oilers are likely going to get some different guys in the lineup tonight. I believe Philip Broberg is in, and I believe we are going 11-7 if I'm not mistaken. So, David, asking if I live in Edmonton. No, I do not. I used to way back in the day. That's where I kind of spent 2 years of my life. But no, I am down the QE2 quite a ways, actually. So Morgan's tuning in, cheering for the Oilers as well. And Michael, welcome in. Saying the Oilers are going to hit the post again. As Lucas, the depth, the size, 1 goal difference as well tonight. Obviously, I think you're going to see the Oilers have a much more driven effort, I think would be a good word for it. You got to see an effort from the Oilers where they're attacking the net, putting the pucks in the blue paint, whacking away until the Canucks start whacking you in the head. I think that's a good way to look at it for the Oilers. If you start driving the blue paint to the point that the Canucks are throwing you out of there, punching you in the head because of it, you're probably doing a better job than you have the rest of the series thus far. So you like to see that. And Peter, okay, I can't even believe I Saw that. Martin, we need this. I think that's a pretty easy one as well. So the Oilers need it desperately, and I guess the question is, how well will their effort be to win it tonight? That'll be the big question. The easy part is saying we need it. The hard part is figuring out how that happens. So, Steven, same game is fine. Just need a few more bounces and a few more saves. I'm going to tell you, we need a lot less turnovers as well. 15, 16 turnovers in a hockey game is unacceptable at the playoff level. So the Edmonton Oilers have a lot to clean up after Game 3, and not marginal improvement, because the Canucks are getting better and better game in, game out in this series as well. It is going to take a sizable improvement tonight for the Oilers to try and win this one in good fashion, right? I mean, you can squeak it out in overtime like we did Game 2, but I think it's been promised by a lot of Oilers commentators today, saying, hey, don't think the Oilers are just going to put in the effort to win this game. They're going to put it in to win it handily tonight. So that's where I'm looking forward to seeing the Oilers go out there and really run it against the Vancouver Canucks per se. And Chris, Pix is either going to be the hero or tomorrow's punching bag. That is exactly the thing here, right? Is everybody will slam down on Skinner, but don't you worry, everybody will turn on Calvin Pickard just the same should he allow a couple softies and the Oilers lose 3-1, 2-1, 4-2, whatever the case might be. So a real tough spot for Calvin Pickard, but he's handled pressure well. Obviously a guy who came in and stabilized the net minding after Jack Campbell went down to the Bakersfield Condors. So we'll see what Mr. Calvin Pickard has in store for us as we get set up for this one tonight. Jesse's going for the Canucks as well. There you have it. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see Dalek saying less boneheaded decisions would greatly improve our chances and would be appreciated as well. Yeah, that's, I think, fair to say, right? For the Oilers, just stop trying to force plays and really just commit to making the good play, right? I think everybody always praises Paul Coffey for bumping up the defenseman. Hey, you just didn't execute it. Just execute it next time. Tonight's the night where you have to execute everything every time. It doesn't matter about next time. Tonight you got to go out there and execute it. So, Devlin, thoughts on the Soucy suspension? What else is the NHL going to do, right? Is it really a suspendable play? Not really, but the fact that it's Connor McDavid and the fact that he eats it up in the teeth area, yeah, that's going to be a suspension all day. And thankfully, it's just a one game. There's no real animosity towards that suspension. So we'll see where the Oilers kind of take that one. And as well, Lucas says your comment there is to say the suspension was due, but should have fined Hyman at least. Yeah, Hyman kind of ate Zadorov up in the neck chest area with a cross check shortly in there. So keep that in mind as well as we go along. So yeah, we'll see what we have go on in this hockey game. We're about 40 minutes away from puck drop, friends, as we get booted up towards this hockey game going. And as well as we're currently looking at right now, we are up over 25.6 hours watched on the stream. So there you have it. We are really crushing along this evening. The Florida Panthers with 15 scoring chances to the Bruins 11. And the hits 30-27. The ozone possession pretty poor from both teams to begin this game thus far. So, all right, friends, as well as Michael's saying, as well, I should mention to you right now, 125 of you aboard. If you're just tuning in, I want you to hit that thumbs up button. And now every YouTube live stream or every YouTube video will ask you to hit the thumbs up button. I'll explain why. As the stream goes along, you hit the thumbs up button, you kind of interact with the stream, the chat gets going. What'll happen is it'll suggest out across YouTube a bit more. It'll suggest out across the Google search a bit more as well. It'll get all us crazy hockey fans gathered here for what should be a good finish to tonight's hockey game. So your help is greatly appreciated for sure. So the Edmonton Oilers, obviously Canucks and Oilers pregame coverage available on Sportsnet West and Sportsnet Pacific. So we'll flip over there. I really don't care about Florida and of course, unfortunately, Boston right now. I would much rather tune into. Let me see if I can go here to Sportsnet and find where it is actually at. Live channel Sportsnet West. There we go. Good to go. Cool. In on go. But yeah, that's where we're going. And so I just want to say, yeah, if you hit that like button, it'll kind of help things out for sure along the way. So, Tough Cuff, welcome back in. Harley, welcome in as well. Rocky, ask him what constituted a goalie interference. Again, your guess is as good as mine. That's a terrible explanation, but that's the honest truth. It's just, who knows game to game what goalie interference is. Magic, welcome aboard. Chip, welcome in as well. William, believe the last time these two goalies played each other was in the NHL playoffs game. That is interesting to note. And Lucas, cheering for the Canucks to win. Thank you so much. We'll continue commercial free here throughout the pregame portion, but thank you so much. And as well, hopefully the Canucks don't win. I'd like those Oilers to bring it back to Vancouver, at least tied 2-2. Let's make sure this at least goes 6, because that would be preferable. So, all right, friends, Pineapples, welcome aboard as well as the Edmonton Oilers getting going here in this pregame portion right now. The Oilers have to find a way to get started on time tonight and really come out crashing and banging. I know a lot of Oilers people are complaining that Matthias Ekholm got dummied twice over because of a missed icing call. Again, I'm not going to say that. Anytime you're on the ice, no matter if the play is dead or not, especially in the playoffs, you got to have your head up. And with Matthias Ekholm getting laid out twice over, that's kind of, ooh, boys, it was a bad way to start last hockey game. Not much. The Oilers need to find a way to change. So the Oilers will see what they can do here tonight. We're going to see what the line combinations are based on warm-up here. They actually are getting things going here. I don't think there's anything else to really mention yet. So we'll see what Jack Michaels, Tony Brouwer have for us in the lineup combination section here in a matter of moments. But again, the Edmonton Oilers need to find a way tonight to really bring it to the Vancouver Canucks in some fashion, right? Like, physicality battle has got to be heavy tonight for the Oilers. If you don't bring it against the Canucks tonight, you might have a lot of issues going in to game number 5, right? Now, obviously, the series isn't over if you go back to Vancouver down 3-1, but if you go to Vancouver down 3-1, you're going to have a lifetime performance 3 times in a row if you're the Oilers to try and win this one here tonight. Of course, I want to do also welcome in Josh into the chat, our moderator. Josh, wearing the blue wrench there. Thank you for being aboard, buddy. We'll chat post game. This game should be over a little bit early. Might have a chance to catch up with you at least over text for a little bit. So the Oilers getting going here in a matter of about 35 minutes now, friends. Somewhere between 7:45 and 7:50, we will have a puck drop between the Canucks and Oilers as we continue to see everybody tuning in to tonight's live stream here. Almost 170 of you aboard so far this evening. Mr. Haircut there saying McLeod and Höglander goals incoming. If Ryan McLeod scores tonight, the building in Rogers Place, the top will blow off, because that is a much long-awaited goal for the Oilers in the playoffs. Drew, how long till the Oilers take a run at Chilvas? I think tonight, the first run you will see, as you did early in the series in games 1 and 2, you will see Vander Kane try and run Quinn Hughes through the end wall, literally right through the glass, because right, everything on Connor McDavid there, I think it's going to be responded to, and I think Quinn Hughes is kind of the target that the Edmonton Oilers will pinpoint early on tonight. That said, what happens from there, we'll see, because there's going to be a whole bunch of shenanigans this night. So we'll see where we go. Rupp, welcome aboard. CG, welcome in as well as William. It is not Stuart Skinner in net tonight. It is Calvin Pickard in net this evening. So Pickard will be in there for the Oilers, facing Chilvas, who is having a pretty good playoff so far. But according to George Larocque, that is about to come to a very sudden and quick end here tonight against the Edmonton Oilers. So Bain, welcome aboard as the Oilers are getting things set up for this evening's game. Like I'm saying, in about 30 minutes or so, we should have a hockey game get going in Edmonton. So if you are just tuning in, thanks for being aboard again tonight. Looking forward to getting crazy with everybody this evening as we're just rolling in through the pregame portion here tonight. Just quickly calculating the watch time in the background here as we continue to see everything add up literally second by second. We are up over 41 hours, so of course we try to go into the puck drop time at about the 100-hour mark on the stream. It looks like that should be no issue this evening, friends. Looking forward to having you aboard for the play-by-play call tonight. They're showing some highlights of Florida-Boston, who are back underway. Andrew, welcome in, and yeah, we should be ready to get things going here in about, like I said, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, somewhere in there. Jeff, yeah, you know what? That's the exact sentiment I got, right? It's not necessarily about punishing Stuart Skinner by sending him to the bench. It's more about allowing Skinner the time to reset, get him refocused. Picard wins. You keep going with Picard because he's capable of winning you hockey games. You lose, you go back to Stuart Skinner. Hopefully he's rested and ready to take a victory. That's what the Oilers did wrong last year. We'll see if the Oilers do it right tonight. As Mr. Chris Knobloch is on the broadcast right now. And the Edmonton Oilers are about to take to the ice here for this evening's hockey games warm-up, right? The Oilers and Canucks are about set for warm-up as they come down the tunnel right now inside Rogers Place. So we'll see where this one goes. As Ace, yeah, you know what? I think you're alongside George Larocque tonight, saying it's going to be a big blowout victory for the Edmonton Oilers. So, Carbon sitting here saying if McDavid scores a hat trick, you'll shave your head. Well, let me tell you, I wouldn't count on Connor McDavid scoring a hat trick, but I would count on Zach Hyman or Leon Draisaitl having a pretty big night as Vegeta's going there as well. Spencer, good evening to you this evening. Do or die tonight. I think it is for the Oilers not necessarily a do or die, more or less a put up or shut up, right? This is a cup or bust year. How ingrained are you into that mentality? And I think it's the exact same thing. I'm just rewording it for you, but it is very much so about proving why you're here at this moment. Are you going to seize it or are you going to choke it away? And for the Oilers, that do or die then becomes game number 5. But tonight, the series could easily be over if they don't hit the back of the net enough times to win tonight's hockey game. So, see where we go. As Mike, LA Kings fan here, I know how it feels to have your back against the wall. Well, Mike, I can guarantee you tonight, the Edmonton Oilers kind of hopefully looking back to those 2 series the past 2 years prior to this year against the LA Kings, where at times in those series it really felt like, man, maybe we don't have it. And need I not remind you, friends, it was Game 4 against LA last year. The Oilers were down 2-1 down here, right here in the same broadcast location. The goal call that was the stream intro up until game number 2, or I guess game 3, here on Dolynny TV, where Zach Hyman scored the overtime winner. Well, tonight maybe we'll have a new one replacing Evan Bouchard's overtime winner in game 2, just only 2 or 3 games later. So here we go. This one, this is what we have. We are going to hopefully have a good analysis all together tonight. Tough Cuff is what I'm going to say. Hopefully we aren't blaming anybody in particular for tonight's effort, because we're praising everybody else instead. So again, get into the chat here, friends. Everybody's joining in along for the ride. As Kitty's along, LA's in here as well. Who else do we got? I don't think we've missed anyone else joining in, as the Oilers have to find a way to really show up tonight and find the back of the net early and often. Bedsy's along for the ride as well tonight. The projected lineup for the Edmonton Oilers: Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, McDavid on the top line, Holloway, Draisaitl, Kane, Fogle, McLeod, Perry, Janmark, Ryan. So they're going to go with the 11-7 confirmed this evening. So tonight you got to hope for the Oilers. They really do find a way to run back some Jay Woodcroft magic, I guess. If you're going 11-7, and I mean, how can you say this? The Oilers fired Jay Woodcroft his 11-7 shenanigans, and now all of a sudden decide to go to it in the most pivotal game, the real, as everyone's saying, whether you want to say it's a put up or shut up or a do or die game. It is the most critical game of the season, and the Oilers have to find a way to get this done here tonight. So, yeah, the Edmonton Oilers obviously have, Lucas to that, gotten some good help from Ian Cole throughout this series. Now, obviously, in every series, there's going to be a defenseman that both teams in that series start to hate by some degree on their own team, just because it seems like he's victimized on everything, right? Whether that be Cody Ceci in this series for the Oilers, whether it be whoever you want to say, that's kind of where we're at right now for Ian Cole. As we continue to see things get going here in this pregame portion, friends. We're at 7:20 on the clock, so we're about to get towards that, I guess you could say, 7:45 mark here in a little bit. So, records. What do I think? Why do you think for years we have been trying to get Dry and McDavid off the same line to balance the attack, and all of a sudden this series they're on the same line? Well, it happens every so often, right? I think every so often, every coach the Oilers have panics, puts Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl together. The results speak for themselves for one game, and then it's like, ooh, run it back. We get the same results twice. And Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So that's where I think tonight the lesson is learned in time to save the series. So we'll see where this goes. As Kinder, I'm liking that. The Oilers, the next two games, whoever the Canucks win game number 6, and then the best team wins game 7. I wouldn't mind that at all, as the Oilers, Canucks obviously have to find a way to push this right to the brink, because I think that would be fun, that would be crazy, that would be exciting, that would be amazing as an Edmonton Oilers fan. Of course, I still haven't been able to live stream a game 7 here on Dolynny TV yet over the course of the past few years, so looking forward to hopefully seeing that maybe be a reality in this series, as Kitty's not even a fine for stitches on Nikita Zadorov. That one, I think the analysis on Zach Hyman's cross-check was that Zadorov really just stood in there and ate it, right? Like, cross-check came in the face, Zadorov didn't even whip his head back. And I think that's where the NHL and all the commentators were saying if Zadorov would have whipped his head back, there would have been a suspension on that play or some kind of fine or something. But unfortunately for the Canucks, there's nothing on it, because Zadorov has been owning the Oilers all playoffs, and he continues to own the Oilers here entering game number 4. So William, if it's Campbell in net Thursday, we are in trouble. It won't be Campbell in net Thursday, I can guarantee you that. Campbell will only see the net for the Oilers in case of injury, right? If Picard goes down and you need to have a backup out there, and then Stu gets pulled at some point in these playoffs, that's when you'll see Jack Campbell, I assume, anyway, right now. So, Andrew, thank you for the comment, as we get as well going here to Chris saying we need depth tonight. That is another argument for the Edmonton Oilers. The depth just needs one goal. Well, I guess Chris to argue this, the Oilers line 2 will have goal scoring tonight because Leon Draisaitl's back on line number 2. So the Oilers just need somebody in lines in the bottom 5, right? The bottom 5 guys, if somebody in those bottom 5 guys find a way to the back of the net, the Oilers are going to have themselves a great night this evening, I will tell you that for sure. And here we go, friends. Let's quickly go run upstairs to go make sure the dogs are okay. We'll be right back. Give me just a moment here. All right, friends, let's do this. The pregame show rolls on, and I'm telling you this right now. The funniest thing here to me right now is the hair is starting to get to real playoff form. For those of you that know, last year it got up big and loud by the end of the playoffs. So looking forward to seeing where the hair ends up this year. I'm thinking about possibly letting the hair grow out even more throughout the summer, going to Billy Idol, dyeing it, and doing the black leather jacket and doing the whole 9 bits. So we'll see. We'll see where we go this evening. So yeah, friends, the Oilers are going to see what they can do here in game number 4. Oilers have to find a way, obviously, to get to the high danger areas against the Vancouver Canucks tonight. The Oilers really did a terrible job of second and third opportunities in that game against Vancouver. Kind of some awkward swings, some awkward puck handling in front of the net, and really just not jamming away at the puck here throughout this series so far. So tonight you score a couple greasy ones, you get those depth goals. The Oilers are going to be getting going pretty fast, pretty quick in tonight's hockey game. And I think, where did I see that comment just a moment ago, asking more or less about the William saying the power play goals. So again, friends, for those of you that don't know, my lead story going into the post game in game 3, when I really didn't want to talk about what happened in that hockey game, is that the team that has scored a power play goal to open the hockey game has lost the game each of these first 3 games of the series. That sounds made up, right? How can you score a power play goal and lose the game, especially 3 times, and each team has at least won 1 game in this series? So what that tells me tonight is the Oilers need to find a way to get a 5-on-5 goal right out of the gate. That's for sure. So we'll see where the Edmonton Oilers go tonight. As Christine, welcome aboard this evening. Spencer, welcome in as well, even though you are cheering for the Canucks. That's unfortunate. But hey, friends, we're going to party together all the same. And Thomas, welcome in. Roger, welcome aboard. Mark as well. Purple Wolf joining us. Janelle in there as well. And who else we got going? Art, would you rather have Carrick than Broberg? I don't know. I think for the Oilers tonight, a different look on defense might help out. Again, you're going with a different goaltender, so maybe the Oilers know something between Picard and Broberg that we don't. And yeah, we'll see what the Oilers can do. But just give me a moment. Dogs want in. I'll be right back, and we'll get to action here in about, well, oh my goodness, about 15, 20. All right, let's get back to work, friends. The Edmonton Oilers are about set to do battle with the Canucks in just about 25, 30 minutes time here as the Oilers get going. Noah, welcome in, and we are getting everybody alert. Simmer, welcome in as well, as everybody is really joining in here quick and fast here tonight. We're going to have ourselves a good little live stream if everybody's aboard this early on. Glad to have you, friends. Welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. I will tell you again tonight, if you are just joining the chat right now, we're sitting on 69 likes. That's nice and all, but I would like to see that number bump up a little bit here pre-game as we get towards, obviously, the kind of puck drop time, for one simple reason, because the more the likes go up early on, the more the live stream gets crazy by the end of the evening. So if you'd be so kind to help a guy out, that would be greatly appreciated. And as we go here as well, quickly math out where we're at in terms of watch time, as the goal is again once more a grand total of 1,000 hours. We're already at 95 on the stream, so we're definitely rolling up there towards tonight's goal. So Graham, why do the Oilers seem like the underdogs? Because they are. Quite honestly, the Oilers, not by the Canucks doing, by the Oilers' own doing, and poor performance, poor goaltending, poor defense, poor puck management, have put themselves in a situation where they are actually the underdogs in tonight's hockey game. So they got to find a way to get this going here early, often, and throughout the hockey game. Mark, meeting up at the border and having a line brawl. Well, I think we'll save the line brawl for tonight's hockey game, where the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks might not face off so friendly right out of the gate to begin tonight's hockey game. I think it is about playing a brutal style of hockey early on, punishing hits, hands being thrown, whatever the case might need to be to set the tone and really allow the Oilers to get going early on tonight. So, Pax, welcome in. And DC72 as well, cheering for the Oilers. Starry's cheering for the Oilers. I'm liking all this Oilers content coming into the chat here all of a sudden. That's good news for us as we continue aboard towards the puck drop of this hockey game. It's now 7:30. We're almost there, friends. Jay, the Oilers better show something different tonight. I think the Oilers got to come up with a heavy, hard, physical style of hockey, or they are going to be in trouble this evening. That much is for sure. So, Earth, you're saying the golf membership is up in Edmonton. Well, I'm going to tell you the Oilers are still far away from the golf course yet. One win tonight puts both teams at the brink for 2 losses and being done, and that's the most exciting part going into tonight's hockey game, is the winner really puts a stamp on this series with a victory. So, see what both teams can do tonight. Again, it is very simple. The Oilers, as Graham's saying, just come out flying. Whatever that looks like, whatever that needs to be, it just needs to happen if you are the Edmonton Oilers here this evening against the Vancouver Canucks. Friends, I can officially tell you we have crossed the grand total of 100 hours watched on the stream. So thank you for hanging out and watching so much here on the pregame edition. That's something we don't usually see, is the watch time creeping up as much as it does throughout the pregame edition. I think in these Canucks series so far, it's been pretty well decided that the watch time creeps up early and often. But yeah, glad to have you aboard. For those of you just joining aboard, 305 of you in right now. Let's go to Archer Silvas's numbers, who's got a 4-2 record. I struggle with his name every time. I just can't make those noises with my mouth for some reason. The thick Canadian bush accent really makes a guy struggle at times. 1 shutout on the season in these playoffs, obviously 265 goals against average and a 908 save percentage. So Silvas's numbers have come down significantly from the start of this series, and we'll see now tonight if the Oilers can really put him inside the 800s just like that. Cal Picard with a smooth 1,000 save percentage will start this evening for the Edmonton Oilers. So buckle up. The Oilers have a new netminder in and hopefully a new focus on tonight's game. So, Cannon Chunky, thanks for being aboard. Sandbox as well, thanks for being aboard. I appreciate everybody's sentiments. Right, tonight is all about having a lot of fun, having the most enjoyment of this series as possible, because the one thing that all of us can agree is the Canucks have had the better of the Oilers throughout the year so far, but ain't none of us want this series to wrap up in 5. I know the Canucks diehards maybe do, but those that are fans of hockey and love the way this series has been going back and forth thus far, a guy would really love to see this go 7. So, see where we are at tonight. This one goes here tonight to hopefully the Oilers. Brings us back to Vancouver. Oilers win, put the Canucks on the brink at home. Canucks pull off the upset, go back to Vancouver, and then Game 7, let the craziness ensue right there. So, Hockey and Metal joining the chat this evening. That's a long time no see seeing that one in the chat. Glad to see you aboard again. And Ghost in here as well. Fun and fights, yes. Fun and fights would definitely be a nice little add to this evening's hockey game. Steve, welcome aboard. How did the Pirates do yesterday? Well, my friend, we ended up winning against the Warriors, bringing it home in the 7th inning. Kind of gave up a couple runs late in the bottom of the 7th, but we were able to hold on and bring it into the first victory of the season. The Pirates actually were delayed a week starting the year in the Crossfield Mixed Rec Slow Pitch League simply because rain, right? This time of year in southern Alberta. Kind of rainy season throughout Alberta normally, but we definitely got that rainstorm that you so often do at the first week of the season. So we suffered through. We waited the week and made it well worth our wait. So Jaden's, the Canucks are the better than the Oilers, just your opinion. That's fine. To your honest opinion, right? I think the Canucks have proven that through 3 games The only thing is now the Edmonton Oilers need to find a way to respond to that and make a difference here in game number 4. Mr. Lozzi, the Canucks are vicious, while the Edmonton Oilers might just show you a new level of vicious here tonight if all goes according to plan. It could be a scary game to be out there with your teeth unprotected and your cup not quite strapped in properly. So we'll see kind of what happens there for the Oilers and Canucks as this one gets going in a matter of about 10 minutes, friends. So we are very close to puck drop here in game number 4. AJ, welcome aboard as well. Seeing everybody just quickly mentioning here. CS betting on the Canucks. The Oilers are guaranteed to win. Yep, that's the way it's been going for CS and the betting streaks so far in these playoffs. So looking forward to a good little positive omen. Not that I'm a betting guy, not that I will promote gambling on the Dolynny TV live streams, but usually anytime you guys throw up some bets in the chat, usually things kind of start equaling out kind of the opposite or the right way depending on whatever you say your kind of trend is. Mr. Lozzi as well. Fort Mac back on fire evacuation alert. That is tough. I heard today that there are plans in the northeastern Alberta area to make sure evacuees have safe centers to go to. So hopefully that gets all straightened away here and everybody understands where they can go, where they need to go if they are evacuated due to fires. So hey now, welcome in. Got the nachos ready. Actually, friends, that's what I had for dinner tonight. I had chicken taco nachos. Kind of a little bit of extra spice on those chicken bites to make them taste like a taco, but also make them real good nacho with the hot sauce too. So it was pretty solid all told. I think I just blundered there, but I'll let you laugh at that yourself. And Sonny's saying the Oilers are going down like the Titanic. Well, the Oilers tried to go down like the Titanic at the start of the year. Somehow found a way to save themselves from that. So we'll see tonight if they can once again on the precipice of a real bad outcome in this series kind of save themselves once more over again. Be welcome in as well as the Oilers are going down. I'm not too worried about crying myself to bed again. If the Oilers don't show up, that's one story. If the Oilers really give us a lot of things to be angry about like they did in game number 3, that's a different story. And again, as well, friends, you're not going to ever hear me too upset about the Oilers being eliminated in the playoffs simply because, as I mentioned just a moment ago, the Crossfield Mixed Slow Pitch League there, that's a pretty big priority for me come summertime. For those of you that came through the channel last spring and stayed around in the summer, you know how many videos were done down at the Diamonds. So look forward to seeing plenty of coverage from the Diamonds as well whenever and if this playoff run comes to an end for the Edmonton Oilers. So yeah, that's where we're at. Blair, welcome aboard. That's a lovely comment. That'll happen once in a while. And Dawn, welcome in as well. And Jim, welcome aboard again. Thanks for being aboard as you're calling a big night for Connor McDavid. I think that is a pretty good pick, I think, right? I think Dreisaitl's going to have a good night, but so too, hopefully tonight, is the Oilers' depth, because if the Oilers' depth doesn't have a good night, we are in trouble. Antonio saying as well, Picard will pull through for the Oilers. Hopefully, the Oilers find a way to do that this evening. That would be great if we could get a good start from Mr. Calvin Picard. Friends, we are just about to the pregame intro for this evening's hockey game. Lots of coverage here of the fans throughout this series so far, as we're getting things set up for game number 4, as the Oilers need to obviously come up with that big effort tonight. I think that's where you've seen me stumble over my own words a few times tonight, simply because it's a little nerve-wracking tonight, right? The Oilers have a big opportunity in front of them, but at the same rate have a kind of tough, tall task in front of them because of the Vancouver Canucks. So we'll see where this goes this evening, as we are just moments away from puck drop, about 5, 6, 7 minutes or thereabout, friends, as the Oilers and Canucks will get going in a matter of moments. I'll have your play-by-play call here in a matter of the moments as we go here one more time to check the watch time again. Sorry, my apologies, as we're watching that closely. 147 hours watched on the stream, friends. That is closing in on record territory for a pregame, so thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Appreciate you hanging out. Am I going to show the game or not? Unfortunately, for those of you asking, like Spencer is, I cannot show the game due to copyright with the NHL. They're gracious enough to allow me to do play-by-play knockoff on YouTube. So you'll have a Junior B hockey commentator doing play-by-play for you here on the Edmonton Oilers Vancouver Canucks game, and plus you can watch me freak out and stuff. So that's fun. So we'll see where we go. As Steph, everywhere is saying different start times. Yeah, we're seeing somewhere around 7:45 is actual puck drop for tonight's game. And Jim, to get to your comment, what a story it will be if Picard can have a great game. But now, let's get to Mr. Hockey and Metal right there, sitting there saying, watching for years. Well, I know you've been watching for years, and I appreciate you hanging out with me all this time. It means a lot, friends, to those of you that have really spent all these years with me, whether you've come and gone as I've come and gone, whatever the case might be. Maybe tonight we'll see Cole99 in the chat there. That would be a little special moment. But this one, hats off. Thank you so much, Hockey Metal. Appreciate that. That is a way to set the tone. And now here we go. We go commercial free throughout the first period. We obviously had the first donation of the Super Chats from Mr. Lucas there earlier on. So now we start off with a 20 on the board, and we will see what the Oilers and Canucks have for us to start tonight's hockey game as well. So thanks for being aboard, Hockey Metal. Thank you, everybody, for being aboard for the pregame portion. We are about set up to get tonight's hockey game going, and my goodness, is it ever going to be a good time. Lots of Canucks fans piling inside the Rogers viewing party at Vancouver, BC's Rogers Arena. So here we go, friends. Don asking if Pettersson is overrated. Well, if I say Pettersson is overrated, guess who's going to have a hat trick tonight? So zip that shut. As the Oilers and Canucks get set to get underway here in a matter of moments, friends. 381 of you aboard. If you haven't already hit that like button, we're just closing in on 100. If you'd be so kind to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. We go inside Rogers Place to Gene Principe, who will bring us home for obviously this evening's pregame portion of the broadcast, and then the Oilers and Canucks will get going here between times as we have. Oh, they are going to make mention of it. The last time Picard and Chilvas faced each other, 58.35 minutes for Picard, 58.36 minutes for Chilvas, as we go back to a couple of highlights here from their time with the Abbotsford Canucks and the Bakersfield Condors, as Picard was making some solid saves, and the Oilers were obviously getting some saves from Chilvas as well. The Canucks were getting saves from Chilvas. My brain's already noodles right out of the gate here tonight. We are in trouble, friends. We're going to try and keep this one together this evening as the Oilers. We'll see where we go. As Linda, the Super Chats, well, let me tell you, we are going to put that to good use this summer and try and find a little something special to put that money towards, if you don't mind. As I think, friends, for those of you wondering what the Super Chats were used for last year in the playoffs, I know a lot of folks were throwing down the money last year. Again, I will turn to this right here. For those of you that haven't seen this before, this Dolynny TV logo on the back of the hockey jersey I'm wearing here. Yeah, that was a terrible illustration of it, but simply I was able to buy these, sponsor and buy these jerseys for the U13B RMAA Renegades over the course of last fall. So looking forward to obviously putting all this playoff money back towards something good like that again in the fall. I know my buddy's kid plans on playing hockey by the sounds of it again this fall, so looking forward to doing that again this year. So here we go, friends. We are about to get going this evening. Nate, has the game been delayed? We are on time for about a 7:45, 7:50 puck drop, but it sounds like we might have a little bit of a delay if people are asking about the game being delayed here. So stay tuned. We'll see what we have here as the Oilers and Canucks obviously probably awaiting the finish of the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. The Bruins and Panthers have 2:56 to play in their hockey game as well. So 2-1 for the Bruins. It looks like we are going to go to a commercial timeout, so we may have a little bit of time to sit back and relax. The pregame portion continues here on this one as everybody, thank you so much for the kind of words on the jersey. I think I basically let the kids design it this year. I had a couple of thoughts, obviously, when I heard that we wanted to go with the blue and the pink and throw in a primary color. It sounded like the Nasher jerseys, those of you that know the Columbus Heat. So figured that's pretty much the design we went for, and obviously it worked out pretty well, and the outfit looks pretty good on the ice. Black pants, the socks the same style as this, except for with the pink as the primary. It's actually a pretty sick little kit for minor hockey, to be honest with you. So hopefully we get to do something just like that as well. So more asking if you're not in Canada how to watch the game. I think it's on the ESPN app if you're in the USA. That said, I don't actually fully know. So we'll go here. And again, friends, Michael, to your point there, I will tell you again, we don't talk politics in the Dolynny TV live stream. Again, whether I agree or not on anything, I will be deleting it just simply because we do not need to start that whole shenanigans here tonight. So friends, I will commentate the game for you, but do the play-by-play. It won't be reaction. It'll actually be true play-by-play for the game. It'll kind of be like listening a little bit along on the radio as, or you're being along for the ride in New Zealand. I think I want to say Hulu or somebody has the rights down there. I just can't remember how exactly to do it. And Tristan, Amazon Prime is a good way to get it. Yeah, Amazon Prime has access to the CBC channels, and I think that's how you can get that going. And Matthew, you're not sure if you like Stu on the bench. I like Stu on the bench for this game because the Oilers desperately need a way to turn some kind of different look towards the Canucks, and if this is what does it, I'm aboard for it right there. So here we go, friends. Yeah, we will see what the Oilers have for us here. The game's getting going in a matter of moments. They're showing some highlights from Sam Carrick scrapping early on in his Oilers career, and now we will have officially a delay to this game this evening, as the panel will once again take time to talk things over as the Canucks are waiting to come down the tunnel here. Noah Juulsen is out ahead of everybody. Obviously, he's pumped up to be in the action this evening, as this will be exciting to see. And Tristan, CBC has no rights to the playoffs as of last month. Interesting. Okay, maybe I missed that somewhere, but be interesting now to see, obviously, if there is somehow some way to still stream it. I assume there's still some way to stream it. I'd at least expect that, but we'll see what the Oilers and Canucks have for us regardless, no matter what. So the Oilers getting set to do battle here in a matter of moments. Just waiting for the Canucks to come down the tunnel. The Oilers to come down the tunnel and get us going for this evening's hockey game. Again, thank you for being aboard here on the pregame portion. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me here, as we obviously are off to a slow start. If we are delayed, it's going to take us a little while to drop tonight's puck. It's Shilvas down the tunnel. That is where we'll take another watch time update here. We're at 188 hours, so we should be at over 200 by the time we drop tonight's puck. Yeah, as the Oilers, yeah, Don, do I think the Canucks will be easier to play against with Susie out and Juulsen being mean? I think for the Oilers, no matter who you're playing, no matter how it lines up, you just got to be out there to punish them all game. McMulloch gets the airtime right in front of the camera. You love to see it. That's a man that deserves every bit of it. For if you don't know McMulloch's story, definitely try and find him at an Oilers game and get to know how he rose to where he is today, because it's a great story and dedication to making a change in your own life. As we've got Banjo Guy on the screen as well, and we should have Superfan Magoo make an appearance on the Sportsnet broadcast here as well. So the Edmonton Oilers will get to action here in a matter of moments. First, we got to wait for the land acknowledgement. Calvin Pickard takes his crease, getting set for tonight's hockey game, and then the Oilers and Canucks will get going here in a matter of moments, as we are about to see what the Oilers have in store for us in game number 4, friends. The Canucks have been good so far this series. The Oilers have allowed them to be good at the same rate, and now it very much so comes down to the Oilers being very good the rest of the way home. So here we go. The Oilers Canucks in a matter of moments. Everybody though cheering for the Oilers here inside Rogers Place. The building is going electric to begin this one. Just to give you an idea of how it sounds. Yeah, you can hear that a little bit there. Hunter and Singh, or sorry, Chris Cuthbert on the call again. I haven't been listening all playoffs. So I'm forgetting who's calling it other than over on 630 Ched where you got Jack Michaels doing it. So Rick Tocchet with the quote there, it never gets easier. And Leon Dreisaitl's big quote, post is not good goaltending. And Connor McDavid saying it's a fun part of the series to be a part of. That was actually on a question about getting cross-checked in the mouth by the Vancouver Canucks, Carson Soucy. Friends, again, thank you to Hockey and Metal and, of course, Lucas for hitting that super chat button here early on the stream. We'll continue commercial-free into the first period intermission as the Oilers and Canucks are about set to get going. The building is rocking. Let me see if I can't bring you a little bit of that audio again. There you go. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I'm going to let that squeak in here. There you have it. We will have the land acknowledgement as Chief Willie Littlechild officially welcomes us in to this evening's hockey game. Friends, the Oilers, the Canucks, ready to do battle here in a few moments as the Oilers will look to get going. Richard, welcome aboard to the stream. Sorry that you feel that way. I'm hoping I'll turn your tide here a little bit once we get to the play-by-play action of this evening's hockey game as the Oilers look to get things going in a matter of moments. As yeah, we are about set for this one tonight, as we will see Rob Clark come to the section that he is in for this evening's anthems, as the spotlight's solely on Robert Clark there, as this will get things rolling for this evening's hockey game. Oh Canada, the best part of these playoffs, second round between the Canucks and Oilers, a one anthem game. You love to see it. Lots of Oilers fans in attendance with the face paint tonight as Robert Clark squeaks in to the section to sing the anthem this evening as we are bringing it home for the pregame portion. Thank you so much again, friends, for being aboard so far this evening. If you haven't already left a like on the stream, make sure to do that here early and often as we are about to obviously settle up for the start of this evening's game between the Canucks and Oilers here in a matter of moments. And then all of a sudden it is going to be game on in what should be a game that it is game on between these two teams early and often in this evening's hockey game. So here we go. The Oilers, Canucks, just about set for action. All the fans in attendance now singing the national anthem for us, bringing us home this evening towards puck drop against the Oilers and Canucks. As the Yanmark's out there, of course, the Oilers going 11-7 this evening. Calvin Pickard, he is the starting goalie for the Oilers, as we will cut officially to the broadcast feed. Or did the broadcast just cut right out? Looks like the broadcast just cut right out on me. Interesting. Interesting. Didn't expect that. Let's go here and see what we are. See if a refresh is going to help get things back on board. Doesn't look like it. Uh-oh. Good. Let's go here and quickly go over. Just lost the feed there, friends. That's a problem. Sign in. There we go. And let's go here to the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers. There we go. And bingo. We should be ready to watch some hockey here in a matter of moments. Archer Silvas is your starting goaltender tonight. 4-2 record, 265 goals against average, 908 save percentage so far in these NHL playoffs. Friends, let's do this. Connor McDavid drawing into the face-off dot for the Oilers. 20 minutes on the board here in this first period of play. Face-off down at center ice, scrambled up for a brief moment. Referee never even dropped the puck, kind of faked everybody out. Here we go. Battles down, McDavid wins it back to Bouchard, near side wing, inside the neutral zone, shot into the far side. Picked up by the Oilers, winning the battle against Hronek. The shot from the point for the Oilers goes wide of the net wildly from Ekholm as Bouchard maintains possession of the puck. Joshua on the ice for the Canucks to begin this first period as this one comes around to the near side. Hughes right there against the Oilers as Hyman does battle along the boards, takes a hard bump against Joshua, does well to tie him up. McDavid quickly spears into him, and that's a hooking call upcoming. No, it's not. Right in front, McDavid just puts it wide. Oh, what a feed right there in front as the Oilers will spin off the check there. Hyman's got things rolling. The Oilers top line back to work featuring Nugent Hopkins. Ekholm the shot off the blocker there, and this one battles right in front. Hyman the shot off the shoulder of Silvas. The Oilers have come out hard and heavy to begin tonight's hockey game as this is picked up by Matthias Ekholm. Rimmed back inside the Canucks territory. Nurse and Desharnais are your top pairing here tonight as Cody Ceci out there, or Nurse and Darnay, or shutdown pairing, however you want this, as this comes now near side. The Oilers inside their own home zone. Darnay up the middle, down the wall, now flipped in by Holloway, who will chase in against Myers. He takes contact immediately, frees up the puck for Kane. Kane back to the point for Darnay, down in the middle of the ice. Draisaitl's got it in his office on that right-hand side inside the Canucks territory. In behind the net, Draisaitl driving towards the net on the backhand. Instead, spins back to the point. Draisaitl spins around Myers. The help there from Kane gets it back in favor of the Oilers for a brief moment, but the Canucks able to come to that loose puck, pick it up, and the Canucks much under heavy pressure here in this Game 4's opening moments, as the Oilers will quickly transition up through the neutral zone, flip back to the Canucks blue line. 2 shots in 2 minutes for the Oilers, and a big hit there for Evander Kane against the Vancouver Canucks early on in this evening's game. Off of Connor Brown, it goes out, and it looks like the Oilers will instead skate a 12-6 this evening. As what a start to the hockey game. Light me up kind of theatrics from the Oilers, as Nuge fed McDavid in front, and McDavid just flipped up on that puck just a brief barrel of a second, and it was Kane right out of the gate throwing Zadorov to the ice. The first highlight of the game for Evander Kane. Ceci chasing in behind the net, takes Mikheyev down. This will be Kulak along the end wall. Lafferty frees it up back to the point for the Canucks, as they're going to look to dance around, fire shot down low, picked up again right in front. The Oilers see it scrambled past Picard, who's yet to make a save here tonight. In front goes to Lafferty again, misses. Zadorov, the shot through traffic, bounces up and over top of the net. Oilers getting in the shooting lane early and blocking shots. That's what you need to see, as this one goes over now for the substitute defender for Carson Soucy. That is Noah Juleson, firing it inside the Oilers zone. 17-17 to go here in this first period of play. Puck bounce back into the neutral zone. Bluger has it now for the Canucks, over to Hughes at his own face-off dot near side. Picked up by the Oilers on the dump in by Darnay inside the Oilers zone. He'll work out from behind the net, bounce it up into the neutral, as it's going to be poked ahead by the Canucks. Back the other way, shot into the Oilers territory. To the far side it goes. Nurse will rim up the boards and try to get it out of the zone. 4 Canucks tie up the Oilers and keep possession. The shot from the point steered away by Calvin Picard. Back to the point it goes again. Shot towards the net by the Canucks from the point. Goes wide of the net this time, off the back of the net. McLeod turning over the puck for a brief moment. Able now to help it on to Warren Foegele. A turnover there from Foegele yet again here in a back-to-back game. Almost cost the Oilers a chance again. Instead, Nurse dumps Joshua. Now Darnay's throwing the hands on Lindholm, and this game's starting to boil up a bit. 16-28 to go in this first period of play. Darnay gets a little physical right there, so you like to see that. The Oilers are getting the attack early, and here's Nurse with a cross-check on Joshua, dumping him to the ice. Good little cross-check in the high numbers, as Nurse takes some extra shots right there, and he will go to the box, apparently, as Joshua is upset with everything there. And the Nurse does indeed actually go for cross-checking. I thought it was the extra hands after the fact, but Chris Knobloch talking to the referees, guys, come on. 16-28 to go in the first period. You've set the line on where the cross-checks are, and that goes to the box first time for the Oilers. Here you go. The Canucks have a chance to score the power play goal that'll doom them in tonight's hockey game. I tell you, doom them! As this comes up off the face-off all the way down in the near side corner after being at the point. 4 Canucks kind of looking, surveying for that puck, and it's Quinn Hughes at the blue line trying to keep it in. Flip back inside the Canucks territory. The penalty kill for the Oilers, a measly 85.7%. You know, 100 was nice. 16 minutes to play in the first period of play, 4 minutes gone, as Miller across the line has it turned back by the Oilers, who will try and start the other way. Foegele gets it out, but that's about it. With 40 seconds gone in the power play for the Vancouver Canucks, it comes back now for Pettersson. Pettersson leaves it there for Besser. Besser over to the near side for Miller. Miller battling there against Warren Foegele. Will try and get it across the line. Couldn't do it. Hughes back to the blue line. A minute gone here in the Canucks power play as Miller picks up across the line. He's going to fire back to the blue line for Pettersson. Back down low it goes to the far side corner as Brown goes digging along the wall to try and free this one out. He does. A huge stop of the momentum there by Connor Brown, as TC Yanmark kind of just gave Archer Shilwas a little bump going past him, as this one comes now for Garland over to Joshua. Joshua across the line will spin back now for Hronek, as this comes back now near side for Garland. Garland looking to make the shot up over top of the blocker off the end wall right in front to Joshua. It's turned back by Connor Brown. Now another opportunity loading up Garland again. Shot through traffic. Turned aside by Cal Picard, as this will be fired back to Garland again, who's had 2 shots on this power play so far, as this one will be now jostled up in the middle of the ice and turned back by the Canucks once more right towards the front of the net. Save made by Picard. Canucks are throwing everything they can on a net here in the final minute of the power play that has now come to an end, as Joshua backhands out of traffic to the far side boards. Brown's beat to the puck again. The shot from Zadorov uploading, and he couldn't get that on net cleanly, as this will be fired inside the Oilers zone. That has been a flurry to start this hockey game so far. 14:08 to go in the first period. Puck to the far side boards, fired back inside the Canucks territory. Icing call there as Ian Cole touches that one up. So we have a stoppage in play to begin this 5-on-5 stretch of hockey following the penalty. That one was up off the wall by Garland. He directed it to the front of the net, and Picard just kind of fought that one off a couple different times, and the Oilers were able to survive thanks again. So 14:03 to go in this first period of play. The Oilers will look to try and get things turned back in a positive manner, as the Canucks all of a sudden got a little bit of power play momentum but couldn't score on the power play to begin the hockey game, as this will be worked now by the Oilers. Connor McDavid wheeling and dealing around behind the net right in front. Bouchard, the shot denied there by Shilwas. It goes out of play, and we will have a stoppage right there with 13:50 to go in this first period. We've been treated to an absolute gem so far to start tonight's hockey game. Both teams coming out with the offensive firepower. The Oilers, they need a little bit more physicality, one might argue, as it's been a pretty lackluster game on the body so far. 5 hits for the Canucks, only 4 for the Oilers. So you definitely have to step up the tone physically. But hey, it's coming at some point here, I'm sure, as we'll see where the Oilers can kind of take this one as we go along. Friends, welcome into Dolynny TV again. If you've been aboard for the last little while, I'd encourage you possibly to hit that subscribe button here on the channel and come back for game number 5, whether it be do or die for the Oilers in Game 5, or whether we be in a dead even series. We're at 15,725 subscribers here on the channel. Would love to try and cross over 15,800 this evening and possibly have an opportunity to set up 16,000 in game number 5. So we continue to get things going here in this hockey game. And CGA, I don't know what you're talking about, the pace being slow. You watch the Oilers in that first 2 shifts of the hockey game, they were flying out of the gate, and then the Canucks pretty much got the power play a minute later. So right now the biggest thing you have to watch for is the response here following the end of that power play in the next little couple of shifts here for the Oilers, because like I said, if you don't get on the body in the next little bit, the Oilers are going to have some problems, because the Canucks are started, right? The Canucks started on that power play, and now if you don't respond, you're going to have some troubles here the rest of the way home in tonight's hockey game. So once again, friends, thanks for being aboard. Do appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. Looks like we are really blitzing along here on the live stream this evening. Just to say, it's kind of a bit of a struggle for those folks that are tuning in to Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3 of the series so far. So if you're coming over from those live streams, thanks for finding me live tonight. I was looking for Aiden Hill moment, recent comparable, round 2, Game 3, 2023. Yeah, you know what? First playoff start for Aiden Hill. 101 career games, 139 for Calvin Picard. So we'll see where we go with 13:50 to go here in the first period, as this driven ahead by the Oilers. Big hit there along the wall, as another little cross check there from Nurse. Right bounces off the point, shot almost over to Draisaitl as it comes back now into the neutral zone. Darnell Nurse will go chasing for the puck. He throws the hands at Besser to slow him down. Besser gets the best of him, but Desharnais is able to bounce it out in the neutral zone. Picked up by the Oilers back the other way. Here's Dylan Holloway loading the shot back to Evander Kane, and then couldn't quite do it. Now Kane and Miller doing battle along the wall, as this is a shot save made by Picard. bounced into the corner, picked up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl backhands to an open area up the boards a little bit, and the Oilers will start away on the pass back to Draisaitl over to Bouchard, skating through the neutral zone. Bouchard loads up the shot. It's blocked in front and backhanded out by Quinn Hughes into the neutral zone. 12:56 to go here in the first period of play. The Oilers in behind their own net, 4-3. The shots on goal for the Vancouver Canucks is Bouchard. Picks it up now. McDavid across the Oilers' blue line to the far side. Ekholm back to McDavid down the right wing. McDavid leaves it there for Nugent Hopkins. Puck flips up on him, bounces into the corner. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid keeps possession, then spins and finds out that he lost it as Dakota Joshua back the other way, trying to drag through the middle, is taken out by Zach Hyman. The Oilers starting to get on the physical battle here a little bit more as it's backhanded down low. The Canucks fire it in offside into the Oilers zone with Bouchard chasing after it into the corner. 12:16 to go here in the first period of play. 4-3 the shots on goal here for the Vancouver Canucks, but the Oilers so far with the most, I think, dangerous chance of the game, with McDavid missing on the back door just wide. The puck through the middle of the ice. The Oilers try to regather it. They will. Here's McLeod tapping it along the boards. He again avoids contact. Instead of making the hit, tries to poke at the puck. Canucks back the other way. Mikheyev across the line looking to make the play. He spins back, and the Oilers trying to force him out of the zone here. Down low instead, the puck finds an open Vancouver Canuck. Di Giuseppe. No, sorry, that's Carlson, as this will be picked up and fired out by Janmark as the Oilers will get across the line. Here's Perry. Turn back again, and now all of a sudden the Oilers having a little bit of trouble getting across the line here against the Vancouver Canucks, as this is Hronek picking up inside his own zone, back the other way into the neutral. The Oilers will cut that off. Desharnais over to Nurse quickly. Nurse looking to make the play through the neutral now to Brown. He will do it and fire it into the Canucks zone. Archer Silvas out to play the puck. Bobbles it over to the far side boards, and the Canucks able to go back. We are going back and forth here, but the Oilers unable to really solve the Vancouver Canucks defense. The shot loaded up from Juleson, fired up off the boards. The Canucks trying to get to the middle of the ice. Turned back again by Brown. Dumped into the Canucks territory. And this is looking like a pretty rough start to the period here now all of a sudden for the Oilers. This last 3 minutes coming back from commercial break. Miller off the side of the net. A good breakdown in the Oilers defense allowed Miller a chance. But yeah, now all of a sudden this last 3 minutes has not been fundamentally sound for the Oilers. Right through the neutral zone. Bouchard off his stick has it pushed away. Ekholm back down low now trying to get that puck to Cole. Or past Cole, sorry, couldn't do it. And here's now Holloway over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back to the far point for Bouchard. Back to Ekholm. Now the shot through traffic bounces off someone in front. Couldn't hit the net, and then Draisaitl knocks it down. Holloway toe dragging through traffic, able to do the job there. Draisaitl fires the shot towards the net. Back door. The Oilers can't jam it home as Draisaitl is being interfered with, and he just ate a high stick from Miller. And now all of a sudden Miller's going after Draisaitl, and that's going to draw a crowd as Draisaitl appears like he may be hurting a little bit after that one. Just kind of an unpleasant chop on the mouth. And Miller will head to the box with 10:04 to go. As Miller comes in, cross-checks Draisaitl, and then Draisaitl tries to spin past him, and Miller loses sight of his stick. High sticks him in the mouth. That's going to be a penalty all day. And we are going to have a face-off inside the Canucks zone. Oh, here we go. This is dangerous here, friends. The Edmonton Oilers, power play here. They score. I don't like their chances in the hockey game. I almost want to see this one just generate a bunch of chances, and then right after it expires, score 5-on-5. That ultimately would be the best payoff here to begin this hockey game. If the Oilers can generate like 5 shots on the power play and then ultimately just kind of find a way to cash in after the fact. So again, to say we're up over 330 hours watched on the stream, friends, tonight. We are on pace to do something I don't think we've ever done, and that is going to be pretty incredible if we can hit that 1,500 hour mark. Right now, 46.4% on the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. The special teams combining to be a grand total well over, what would you say, over 130% so far, as this is a face-off inside the Oilers' offensive zone. One back to Bouchard. Bouchard steps around Lindholm. Bouchard over to McDavid. McDavid in front. The shot blocked there on Draisaitl as Nugent Hopkins gathers, gets it back to Nuge, back to the point. As this one goes now for Draisaitl near side. Draisaitl methodically looking this one. back into the near side corner. McDavid spinning over the corner now. Draisaitl fires the shot high and wide. Puck goes out of play with 26 seconds to play. Gone in this, or 26, oh my goodness, my brain is noodles here tonight, friends. The nerves are getting to me. I gotta calm down here. I got no Oreos upstairs either. I ran out after last game. I'm gonna have to go repick those up for Game 5, I'll tell you that much. But, yeah, for the Oilers, right now, Draisaitl with 5 power play goals in the playoffs so far. $1.34 to go in the power play here. 9:38 remaining in the period as Myers will look to the boards, bounce up off, and that's McDavid jumping at the last second to try and keep it in, but couldn't do it. Picard will leave it there now for Bouchard. $1.25 to go in this first period power play, the first one of the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Across the line now, the Oilers onto the attack here. Bouchard in the middle looking, but instead passes it past Mr. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and misses him all the way down to Calvin Picard. And so far, so good. The Oilers look like they might miss on this power play opportunity. Back now to Connor McDavid, cutting up through the middle of the ice. McDavid in the near side, leaving it there for Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking. Back now for McDavid to the point for Bouchard. Bouchard over to McDavid. McDavid cutting through traffic. Draisaitl off of Shilov's back of the net. What a rip! For Leon Draisaitl, the Oilers take the 1-0 lead and likely will ultimately lose tonight's hockey game. I wish I could be excited about a 1-0 power play goal, friends, but Vancouver is likely to win now because of that. If you haven't been paying attention to the series, not to cut the celebration immediately short, but just simply put, the team that has scored a power play goal to open the game in each of the first 3 games of the series has lost the hockey game. Well, tonight, the Oilers score the power play goal to start, and oh my goodness, Shilovs needed to save that one. I'm telling you, that hit him full neck, chest area, and he just couldn't quite bite that one for sure. But now, the Oilers need to dig in and find a way to win this hockey game. No excuses. You've been bitten. Both teams have. Now you got to get this going here. Is this to the far side? Bouchard and McDavid draw the assist, fired into the Canucks zone. The Oilers win the battle of the puck. It was Derek Ryan against JT Miller. That's a mismatch, as this one goes to the far side, not for the Oilers in favor of how it was won. They're into the attack here. Backhanding down low. Picked up instead by Miller as he will work through the middle of the ice to the far side. Hughes across the line. And how far the Oilers can go into this late first period without giving up a response goal is also going to be interesting to watch. This is backhanded down low by Suter. Picked up now by Hughes at the point. The shot through traffic blocked in front. Like I said, the Oilers have to block shots. I was very upset that we only had 6 block shots in that hockey game. So 8 minutes to go here in the first period to play. 4-3 the shots on goal for the Oilers. Hughes through the middle of the far side boards. Pettersson across the line. Shot fired off the stick of Picard. Picked up by Kane. Drifts it ahead now for McLeod. McLeod across the line. He gets erased. And Corey Perry's going to come in against Pettersson. I thought he was about to dummy Pettersson, but couldn't quite do it as it comes back now near side. Picked up by the Canucks. Fired back inside the Oilers' zone as Pettersson kind of throws the body on Kulak. Pass made there to Ceci. Ceci now up and over into the neutral zone off a skate. And Kane's coming along against Zadorov. And Kane gives the shove against Zadorov. And then Ceci torques down Mr. Elias Pettersson. You like to see that. And the Oilers jam a shot towards the net. Bouchard picks up the puck. They got something rolling. Here's McLeod. Prime shooting area. Goes up over top of the net. And this Ceci now, as Kane just missed finding McLeod backdoor. I thought he had him. 7 minutes to go in this first period of play. The puck goes all the way down for an icing call. And the Oilers will be able to load up Connor McDavid's top line for another shift here inside the Canucks zone. Oh boy. As that is some good delay tactics there by McDavid. 3 guys on him and Draisaitl's able to bank it in. Oh boy. Josh, welcome in. And Scott, welcome aboard. Glad to have you in here tonight again. And Flank, no post there for Shilvas on the goal. That obviously gives the Oilers the lead. Obviously there is a little bit of scarediness to that one, you could say, as this one is 6:52 to go here as Bouchard just ate a punch or an elbow up in the mouth area. in behind the net, though. The Oilers have the puck back to the blue line here. The Oilers get into the attack. The shot fired through traffic goes to the far side corner. McDavid looking to make the play back to the point for Ekholm over to Bouchard. Bouchard dancing the line. He'll make the safe play back into the neutral zone. Across the line now, picked up by McDavid. Looking to backhand down low. McDavid plays it to an open area. Bouchard skating into the puck. Bouchard delays. Leaves it there for Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers are all over the Canucks here to start this hockey game. Shot from Ekholm goes up off of Chilvas to the back behind the net where it'll tee up again. Ekholm, the one-timer from Bouchard. Teed up there. Chilvas the save. But the Edmonton Oilers all of a sudden look like the Edmonton Oilers once again as Leon Draisaitl tapped one of the Vancouver Canucks on the backside there, saying good job after he scored the goal. So we gotta see what the Oilers have in store for us the rest of the way home here. Again, friends, I will tell you, if you are new to the channel, I'd love to have you hit that subscribe button if you've been hanging out with me. That said, we're looking for 15,800 tonight, and right now, just to give you a quick check of where we sit, we're at 15,728. So if you want to come back for Game 5, obviously a lot of you tonight are getting the experiment with the play-by-play. I don't think at any point in this playoff series we've averaged over 431 throughout a first period. So glad to have you aboard, and thank you so much this evening, as the Edmonton Oilers obviously coming through with a much better effort in tonight's hockey game than maybe they had throughout the early part of the series. So that has been fantastic to see. But the problem is, like Game 1, you got to kind of keep it in lock here in this first period into the second and into the third. So we'll see where we go. As the power play goal, they can't win without the power play's capital. They can't win with the power play. Both times the Oilers have scored the power play goal to open up the hockey game in this series, they have lost. So I'm not liking the Oilers' chances right now. The Oilers are going to have to prove me wrong throughout tonight's hockey game for me to actually believe that they're going to turn the page on what has been a brutal start to this series. As this will be interesting now, obviously, too, to see how this first period finishes up. To everybody that's just joined the chat, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, a lot of first-time faces. Sorry that I'm missing you tonight. It's kind of tough to keep up with everybody the way the chat's moving, the way the game's moving. So let's get to this, friends. Leon Draisaitl's back on the ice here for the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins talking things over with the head trainer here. And we are about set to get rolling as Zadorov's talking things over as well. I think he's trying to figure out if Kane and him are going to scrap tonight. It would be a shame to blow out those stitches next to his eyes, as this one will be won back by the Vancouver Canucks. Myers along the boards, taken in for battle as Mr. Dylan Holloway will free it up for the shot from the point, and Holloway gets it back again to the point. The shot from Nurse goes up over top. 5:55 to go here in this first period of play. Joshua's taken to the boards. The Oilers are winning the physical battles tonight. You can see that. Looking now in front, and now Kane just absolutely was that Draisaitl? Or was that Kane was in front? So which way did Myers fall down? Looks like Kane's talking things over with Myers, but Myers just went down in a heap, and Kane is going to go to the box. As that was a big time. Ooh, Kane just absolutely rode up on Myers there. Clutched him up in the chops with the stick. I mean, Kane was battling for position, fair and dandy. I'm not going to blame Kane too much. Kind of tough, though, when you catch a guy right there, kind of what Carson Soucy did. It's a 4-minute double minor high sticking for the Edmonton Oilers. This is a turning point in this hockey game. Like I said, the Oilers had to prove something late here in this first period. Now what they got to prove is a way to win this hockey game. So you got to find this one here. As there's your high stick, cross-check, whatever you want to say, that answers back everything. And Myers is bleeding profusely out of his head and out of his nose as well. Interesting to see there. The Oilers, though, win the initial face-off, get the clear out into the neutral zone. The Canucks now a solid 10 seconds into this power play. Still not across the Oilers line. Loading up now into the Oilers zone. Besser fires it in. Far side boards back to the blue line. Is this going to be now a shot by Miller down low? Picked up there by Lindholm. Helped along the boards to Pettersson. But Desharnais comes up with the puck. Frees it along the boards. Twice over helped to the middle of the ice. And Fogle will clear down into the Canucks territory. Schilvas comes out to play at 30 seconds killed in the penalty here as this one's 5:12 to go here in this first period of play. Pettersson rolling through the neutral zone, shot fired into the far side corner, backhanded down low into the Oilers zone as Lindholm helps it back to the point for Hughes. The Canucks have plenty of time to not have to go for gold here, I guess you could say, as Hughes will fire the shot through traffic, blocked again in front. I'm saying the Oilers block shots is going to go a long way tonight against the Canucks team that struggles to put the puck on net to begin with. And this will be fought in the far side corner. 2:54 remaining in the period's power play here as this one comes back now. Short-handed breakaway. Janmark denied on the pad of Schilvas down low right along that goal line area as the Oilers and Canucks continue to do battle. 2:38 to go in the power play here for the Canucks as this one will go to the far side, picking across the line now at center ice. Suter has it on to Garland. Garland's roughed up in the middle, and then again another rough up there by McLeod, as you don't usually see McLeod throwing the body, but he did there a couple of times. Back to the blue line. Hronek turns it back the other way on the failed clear for the Oilers. It's fired out. 2:15 to go here in this power play for the Vancouver Canucks. As this one's across the line, picked up now by Nugent Hopkins, fired down the length of the ice again. The Oilers have something special rolling through half a penalty kill here. 3:45 to go in this first period of play. 7-3 the shots on net for the Oilers. The Canucks have yet to get a power play shot in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So this one goes across the line, picked up to the far side. The Canucks keep it on the boards. Another hit there for the Oilers. Miller looking to roll this one back to the point. He does for Hughes. The puck doesn't go the whole way. Hit there from Ryan is able to free it up and get it going back the other way as the Oilers continue to get things going here in this penalty kill. $1.25 remaining on it now as this across to the far side. A big dump there by Desharnais on Pettersson disrupts the Canucks power play, and it's fired back to Schilvas. The building is buzzing for this penalty kill. Hughes that's not Hughes. That's Hughes is now with the puck. There he is in front of the net. Minute to go in the penalty kill. Holy goodness, the Oilers are doing their job here tonight. The men with work ethic, the Warriors, have come to play so far as Miller fires down low right in front. Garland jams at it. Picard down in the crease. Save is made? Yes. Save is made by Picard. Janmark's not happy. Desharnais taking it. The Oilers fans are on their feet for Cal Picard making the save there for the Edmonton Oilers. There's a good save there by Schilvas as well, not to be outdone. Back the other way as that was a key save off the toe, and then Miller played it down low and all mayhem broke loose in front with Garland going right to the front, and then a skate coming up, almost grabbing Desharnais on the wrist actually. As that is Picard making a huge stop in the crease and just kind of jamming up the feet and landing on that puck, covering it up just in time to keep the puck out. 2:38 to go in the first period of play. 7-4 the shots on net for the Oilers. They continue to take shots off the clock. I'm not sure what that is all about, but this will be a face-off inside the Oilers zone. 50 seconds to go in the penalty kill here as this goes back now for Hughes. Hughes looking to play this one down low. Garland looking down low, back now high instead for Hughes. Hughes with 40 seconds to operate on to the far side. 38 seconds remaining. Shot towards the net, blocked again by the Oilers, who have limited the Canucks to just 4 shots so far in this period as it comes back. 2:18 inside the Canucks zone. Hughes cutting up the middle of his own end through the neutral, skating with it swiftly through the middle to the near side for Joshua. Turned back by the Oilers to the point. Zadorov couldn't keep it onside. And this one comes back down inside the Canucks zone. The Oilers, for all intents and purposes, have killed off the 4-minute double minor across the line, though. Garland trying to make sure that doesn't quite officially happen, but the Oilers will indeed be credited with a momentum shifting, hopefully, penalty kill, allowing 1 shot in 4 minutes while down a man to the Vancouver Canucks. The building on their feet for the Oilers penalty killing effort. Everybody letting them know here comes Connor. As this is across the line now for Hyman down the wing. Hyman to the far side. The one-timer from Nugent, from Ekholm actually, goes up over top of the net on a failed play. Now back the other way. Draisaitl turns it over to Bluger and Besser. 2-on-1 as Draisaitl gets back on the back check. It disrupts the opportunity, and Zadorov takes a couple of whacks at the back there from Hyman, as this will be picked up now near side by Hyman as he rolls onto that puck, tries to get it started for Connor McDavid. Can't do it, as Draisaitl instead will come up with the puck hopefully here, as the Canucks player Bluger ties everybody up along the wall to the point. Ian Cole fires shot, misses wide, and now back the other way. Connor's going to lift ahead for Zach Hyman. Hyman dancing around on the outside of Myers, who's no worse for wear, getting back on the ice after the 4-minute repair. Back to the far side, McDavid with the puck. 40 seconds to go in the first period. McDavid backhand, looking for Draisaitl, kept onside, shot fired towards the net. Rebound in front. Schilvos gets bailed out, as this one goes now around the net. Back for Draisaitl on the far side. Couldn't make the pass to Kulak, and Ceci and Kulak will disrupt and keep it out of the Oilers zone in possession of the Canucks, at least for now, as this is now Ceci getting battled into the puck as the Holloway goes up over top of Mikheyev to the far side corner. 12 seconds remaining here in this first period of play. The puck will come for a face-off inside the Oilers zone with 8.4 seconds to go in this third period of play. This has been an effort from the Edmonton Oilers so far. You love to see it, friends, as we continue to roll here in this first period. There's just brief moments left, and then the Oilers will look to try and get this going. But 1-0, 8.6 seconds to go in the first, and Nugent Hopkins will take the face-off inside the Oilers zone. Of course, this will be interesting here, as this will be big time. You got to get this face off. Nugent Hopkins to the board, scrambles it up. 6 seconds as Kulak bangs it up along the wall over to the neutral zone. It goes all the way down to Shilov's. Puck is cleared successfully. That is successfully, not successively, sorry. Solid first period, as everybody is saying in the chat. That is what you want to see from the Edmonton Oilers, as yeah, you can't afford to give the Canucks a goal going into the second period. Obviously now as well for Calvin Pickard, that is a momentum building period as a netminder for the Edmonton Oilers, and hopefully tonight you find a way to keep that going and make that mean something, despite scoring a power play goal to start the hockey game. Friends, I'm going to take a moment to run upstairs and refill the water bottle, take a bathroom break, and get things going. But again, I do want to sit here and say, let's take a check of the watch time quickly here, as we are at a grand total already of 453 hours after the first period of play. Glad to have you aboard. We will be back in a matter of moments. Stay tuned. Again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that as well. All right, friends, let's get back to it. My apologies. Just had to run upstairs, refill the water bottle, let the dog back outside, and away we go as the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks will continue to do battle going into the second period. Glad to have you aboard if you've just tuned in, or if you've been aboard all night. Glad to have you either which way. We'll recap the goal scoring in that first period. Not much to recap, but it is enough to tell us the Oilers might still be in trouble tonight despite a good effort through one, simply because they scored the opening goal of the game on a power play. Every time the Oilers have done that this series, every time the Canucks have done that this series, those teams have lost the game. So that is how you find yourself a 2-1 series lead for the Canucks, by the way. The Oilers have done it twice and have now done it a third time. 8-3 the shots on goal for the Oilers after one period of play. 17-13 the hits for the Canucks. So again, right, you look at the underlying number there, the hits category. You got to find a way to get physically engaged and out-muscle Vancouver, or this could be a very different night. Obviously for Vancouver, though, they did have that 4-minute power play where the Oilers had the puck a lot in the corner, so maybe make an excuse there. As well for the Oilers, they're doing well in the face-off dot. That's a huge thing there for the Oilers tonight. You got to make sure you're battling in the face-off dot and staying alive as best you can there, because the more even the face-off dot matchup is for the Oilers, the better off this series is going to go. But again, tonight as well, the Oilers with 7 giveaways in the first period of play against the Canucks. Again, we would be doing so much better if we would just manage the puck so much better. 4-4 the block shots for the Oilers, so they almost have, well, I actually do have 2/3 as many block shots as they did in game number 3. So stay tuned to see where that puts us by the end of tonight's hockey game. But the Oilers, obviously a lot of positives to take away in that first period. And then they do indeed also get the power play goal, which you hope means something tonight as to means something tonight for you as opposed to how it has the rest of the series. So Canucks fans, though, are complaining why the first power play unit should look that bad in a big game. 0 reasons. So hopefully Canucks fans turning on their power play unit gets us going this evening. So friends, welcome aboard for the stream here this evening. Glad to have you as the Oilers and Canucks. Obviously it's a 1-0 hockey game. Calvin Pickard has stopped 3 pucks this evening, so be interesting to see what happens kind of when he gets to that 10, 11, 12 shot marker. But again, I think we all expect better results than we have gotten from Stuart Skinner so far in this series just by simply changing the goaltender. So that is exciting to see that Mr. Calvin Pickard has come in here and given us the effort that we know we deserve as Oilers fans thus far. So stay tuned. The best is yet to come in this Oilers game this evening, and I look forward to having you along for it when it happens. But this evening, for a couple of you, this is going to be a special moment as the little buddy of mine makes his appearance. He comes crawling into the room and he's ready to snuggle up a little bit. Hey, buddy? Yeah, a little bit of cat scratch fever here going, as I'm sure my neck's going to be nice and scratched. Yep, I can already feel it. Neck's nice and scratched up. Hey, buddy? You're all lonely. You're so bored. What the heck? What are you doing? But it is where it is. So the Oilers continue to roll along here in this this is where we find ourselves right now, and obviously the Oilers need to find a way to expand this lead to 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, as the Oilers would love to try and do that. As Cat is obviously making his first appearance in the live stream tonight. I'm sure he'll be out here probably sometime late in the third period as well. Usually makes an appearance late in the hockey game, so we'll see if he makes his way back. But for right now, I think I've appeased him. He seems to be purring. He seems to be happy, so that's good to know. And Mario, you're hoping for no overtime as it's nearly 5 a.m. in Germany. Well, I will tell you, there should be no overtime tonight. George Larocque on the Oilers Now pregame show guaranteed you no overtime this evening for the Oilers. They are going to get this job done. So see where that goes. As the Oilers, the Oilers should be ready to rock and roll for what should be a good game the rest of the way home, in which they should be able to really keep it going. But that said, you got to overcome the curse of this series, which is the power play goal scorer that opens the game. loses the hockey game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. As the Oilers have now been officially credited with 7 shots and the Canucks with 4. The Oilers now credited with 8 giveaways. So again, it gets worse, and the Oilers credited now with only 3 blocked shots. So you're halfway home on the effort in Game 3 so far. So yeah, tough go for the Oilers in that first period. If you realistically just look at the numbers, it is not as good looking, I think, Johnny, as we all seem to think it is. I think it was still a very solid, good period from the Oilers, but there's a lot that can still be cleaned up on an Oilers front to make this a really convincing effort the rest of this evening. Do you want to just come up here? Just come hang out? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah? Okay. But sounds like I got to let the dogs in, friends. I'll be right back. Cat's got to go down, and I will get rocking here in a brief moment. My apologies. All right, let's keep this going. Sorry, my friends, just had to head out and make sure the dogs got back in safe. But yeah, the Oilers desperately need to find a way. Desperately need to find a way to get this 1-0 lead to about 2-3-0 in this upcoming second period. If the Oilers at all choke away what was a survivable, decent enough, good enough effort in the first period, you are going to be very upset as an Edmonton Oilers fan tonight, but we'll be fine and dandy, friends. Just once again, I do want to give a huge shout out here before I send up the next ad on the live stream here to Lucas and Hockey and Metal for throwing down the super chats this evening. Huge thank you there as well for doing that. So again, friends, just a commercial break your way, and I will tell you right now, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button on the channel, what are you waiting for? I want you to be around for games number 5 and 6 and 7 if that is what it ends up taking. So I'd love to have you aboard for that, and definitely have you here for what's going to be a fun finish to this series. So stay tuned, and obviously make sure you do that by hitting the subscribe button. And at the same rate as well, is there anything else we can really add to this? I don't think there is. I think we're good to go for the rest of the intermission. As yeah, we are about set to hopefully see the Oilers do the job. They need a 5-on-5 goal. They desperately need a 5-on-5 goal. No, hopefully Connor McDavid has it. And Simon, marks out of 100 so far. Well, I'll tell you, marks out of 100, I'm going to go 50-50, right? There's enough to argue in those stats there after one period of play that the Oilers really didn't win the period as much as one might think. But at the same rate, too, the Oilers have a lot that they can do better and expand on what they did right in that first period. So see what we can do here, but obviously 8-3 the giveaways is a big category you got to look at and be scared about if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, and the fact that we're also getting out hit here in this first period of play. There's a lot to not like, but there is a lot to love here in this first period of play. So now, obviously too, for the Oilers, you got to really find a way to keep up the intensity that you had to begin the hockey game before you started taking penalties. Those first 2 shifts from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl's lines were absolutely unbelievable. And if you can continue to roll that, we could be very well off the rest of this evening, one might think. So we'll see where the Oilers go with it, obviously. It's going to take an effort, right? It's not going to be a clear-cut, easy, cut and dry, paste the effort, and away you go from the first period, because the Canucks are going to come back with another good effort here tonight, as well as Boston won Game 5, so we will go to Game 6 out east between Boston and Florida. So that's going to be interesting to see how that series continues along as well. And you've also got Carolina and New York on Thursday. The Colorado Avalanche and Dallas Stars will go on Wednesday. So big week of hockey still upcoming. Obviously, the Oilers play Thursday, Saturday as well if it goes to game number 6. So see where the Oilers go here tonight. B. Martin's welcome in. I think I missed you quite earlier on. Double as well, welcome in. And Pro, you're going for Vancouver and Dallas in the Western Conference Final. I assume Dallas is going to come out of that series. They're kind of looking like they're about to pull away from the Colorado Avalanche, especially who just lost Val Nichushkin to stage 3 of the the stage 3 of the player assistance program. So tough loss there for Colorado, and we'll see what happens there as they continue along. But friends, we are one commercial break away from getting back underway. I was just trying to pay attention to the TV and see exactly where we are at in the broadcast right now, and it looks like the Oilers could very well get to this hockey game again in a matter of a few seconds, as this guy's taping the catfish on. I think we've seen this ad quite a bit, and I'm going to try to figure out as we're going to see what the Oilers can manage in this second period to play. You gotta hope the Oilers find a way, because this has been a tough enough series so far. If the Oilers find a way to choke this, I think a lot of Oilers fans probably won't even bother showing up to Game 5 in terms of watching the game or whatever the case might be, because you'd assume that tonight, if the Oilers lose, they are not going to have much of a response this evening. So, or next game out. So, sorry friends, kind of repeating myself here, but again, the nerves are getting to me, and I just kind of am running on fumes here. This week has started off hot, and now all of a sudden we need to really find a way to just power through these next 2 periods and get this going. Obviously, too, the Oilers didn't give us anything much to talk about here in period number 1. Yes, they've got the 1-0 power play goal, but again, as history is dictated in this series, that means it means nothing yet as this game goes along. So you gotta hope the Oilers find a way to just make it mean something by night's end. So William missed you as well, and Daniel, how is Picard looking? I think Picard's looking just fine, right? I think 3 shots against, 3 saves. Now, can you read too much into that? I guess 4 shots now officially credited. Can you read too much into that? Not really. Picard's made every stop he's seen so far in these playoffs, but again, wait until the Canucks get a high danger chance. I know they might have had one in that period and he stopped it, but wait until they get a high danger chance and see if that puck kind of beats them the same way it beats Stuart Skinner game to game, and then we can really start deciding how well or how bad he is doing in the hockey game. So we'll see what Mr. Cal Picard has for us, but right now we'll just be glad that it's a 0-goal game for the Vancouver Canucks, and the Oilers hopefully have a way to keep this going here in this second period of the game. So here we go. The Oilers, Calvin Picard, strolling into the crease here to begin this second period to play. Like I said, one last commercial break, and we are back to action as the Oilers are watching some highlight footage of Calvin Picard from over the years, as they've got all kinds of stuff here with his time with the Winnipeg Junior Jets, some other players there, some other teams along the way. William, welcome in. Like I said, I think I already said that. Kathy and Dan Picard are in the stands right now for tonight's hockey game as well. As yeah, Mr. Cal Picard, so far perfect in the playoffs, will try and bring us home in this second period for another time over. As Chris Knobloch pacing nervously on the bench here, hoping somehow, some way the Oilers can get this job done in this second to make that power play goal actually mean something. And Mark, how many needs to get in the goalie's eyes? Hyman needs to be literally falling on top of Chilvas and flattening him when he scores a goal. That would be beautiful if the Oilers could find a way to kind of accidentally on purpose take out Chilvas. The puck, though, face off down back into the Canucks zone as Nugent Hopkins leads ahead to Hyman. Up along the wall, Hughes battling there against McDavid and crew as everybody goes down deep near side boards. Back to the point, Ekholm fires a shot up over top, goes to the far side for Bouchard. Bouchard spins off a check, keeps it alive for Nuge, trickles it down low to Hughes, and Hughes is going to be let up there on Hyman, and Garland instead will start back the other way. Bouchard gets turned inside out, Picard again makes the save, but as mentioned, there was a rebound. 19:20 to go as Bouchard gets it going back in behind the net for the Oilers as he will slow down the pace. The Canucks get their 5th shot of the game. And both teams now completing line changes here as Bouchard directing traffic from behind Picard as this will come out from the Oilers goal line area up the wing to Holloway. The shot drifted by Kane towards the net, goes wide as Holloway regathers the puck. Holloway through traffic gets it down to Draisaitl. Holloway's looked really good tonight. Would not expect him to not score tonight as Holloway up off the wall, trying to direct this one over to Kane right in front. Kane found the tape. Here's the one-timer. Holloway instead is the one in the eyes of Chilvas as Holloway kind of bumps him on the route of that puck coming in. And that's a stoppage in play with 18:39 to go in this third period of play. A good play there from the Edmonton Oilers as they drove traffic to the net in Holloway and they get it going as that's a huge shot on net for the Oilers. All right. Face off inside the Canucks zone. 18:39 to go. Face off one to the near side for Nurse. He'll play down along the wall now for McLeod. McLeod off the boards. We'll keep this going. 18.5 now to go in the second period. Picked up by Lafferty. Lafferty backhands inside the Oilers zone along the end wall. It's picked up by Nurse. Now Fogle with the puck over on the far side wing. He does exit the zone, but immediately turns the puck back over as he has so many times in this series. As this goes along and behind the net now, instead Darnell Nurse will try and exit out of the zone. All kinds of time to pass the puck to the far side wing for McLeod. McLeod pokes it along to the near side boards. Unfortunately, Perry can't come up with it. Fogle leans in to Bluger, but the puck still squirts free over to the zone, and this comes back down low again for the Oilers. Near side, Perry chops at it. Perry will again chop at it and get it free for McLeod. Fogle fires it up into the middle of the ice. Knocked down by the Vancouver Canucks. Back up the near side boards into the neutral zone as Bluger comes back, hands off the tape of Calvin Picard into the corner as the Canucks get another shot, but Picard turns it aside again. Coming back, skating onto that puck is Janmark against Hughes. Hughes had turned past him, unable to give him a little bit of a shove. There was Janmark as it comes back now to Calvin Picard, who will fire up into the middle of the ice. The turnover to Carlson. Right in front, Lindholm has it stolen away by Janmark, who will start back into the neutral zone, turn it over himself, as the Oilers kind of starting to be a little bit on edge here in this early going of the second period as this comes back to the near side boards. Ryan fires up along the wall. Garland sees it turned back by Ryan again, and Connor Brown helps the puck into the neutral territory. 16:54 to go in this second period as the Canucks will ice the puck with just 3 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the second period of play. Friends, welcome aboard if you're just tuning in. Glad to have you along for the ride. For those of you that have been along for the ride so far, you would know that the Oilers opened the scoring on a patented Draisaitl one-time power play goal. So we will see if that holds true to be a result in the win column for the Oilers. Back to the far side boards. Cole helped it along. The Canucks are able to chase it inside the Oilers territory. Picard out to play it on the non-icing call as this is a big hit along the wall. Joshua tried to take out McDavid, couldn't do it. Ekholm's still getting turnstiled there by the Canucks, and instead a nice play across the line to McDavid. Their shot! She loves the save. Stolen away from the Canucks defense by Nugent Hopkins. Nuge fires a shot through traffic, hits the body, and this will be picked up by Hyman. Hyman rolling in behind the net here, trying to get the puck off the end wall. He's turning and burning the Canucks defense right now. Hyman, though, gets it stolen away, and then a big hit there by Ekholm. Chases the Canucks back all the way into the bench area for a line change as Bouchard picks up inside the Oilers zone. Bouchard across the line, turns it over there to the Canucks. Noah Juleson back across the line, fired back into the Canucks zone or Oilers zone. Ekholm to the far side boards, turns it over right in front. Besser leaves it, shot! Fired off the side of the net there, or possibly off the post, as Picard sees it go wide of the net into the far side corner as Ekholm rides out Pettersson. The Oilers bending, not breaking so far on this shift. Puck back in behind the net. Nugent Hopkins to the far side boards. Shot ripped towards the net there by the Canucks. Goes up and over top of the net. Near side, Juleson picking it up in his own zone. Helps the Canucks flip it back inside their opponent's territory. The shot from the slot, save made by Picard, coming out to challenge. And that was a disaster class from the Edmonton Oilers on that shift. The top line just got it handed to them. Couldn't properly manage the puck. And the Canucks took advantage there several times over on that shift. So we'll see what the Oilers can do here. The Oilers now with 10 giveaways in this period. And Picard's able to make stops on most of them so far. 15-18 to go in this second period. As Draisaitl will see Holloway ushered back to the left wing as Draisaitl will take the face-off once more. It's won back by the Oilers off of the pads of Picard. And this will be fired out to the far side by Kane. Rolling across the line. Draisaitl's offside on the deke move around the defender. And it's picked up now by Darnell Nurse. Nurse will bounce out in the neutral zone. 3-on-2 developing back the other way for the Oilers. Draisaitl to the outside. No, Holloway just had it skip up over his stick. 14:55 to go in this second period of play. Puck battling along the wall back to the blue line area. It's worked out now by Nurse inside the Oilers territory. Desharnais lifts forward into the Canucks zone. On a tip, we will have a stoppage in play as it looks like that puck might have went out of play with 14:41 to go in the second period of play. As that was a good defensive stick actually by Bluger. That was able to tip that puck on its way to Holloway. That's what happened. 2 assists, 5 shots in the 2024 playoffs so far for Teddy Bluger, who has not been an exact impact player, I guess you could say, but the puck's outside of the zone for the Canucks. They never really let McDavid get set on the face-off. Whatever, fair game as it comes down low now for Picard. Picard now near side, picked up by the Oilers, as this will be flipped out into the neutral zone, picked up again by the Oilers, pushing forward now Corey Perry. Perry to the far side. The shot by Ryan McLeod goes up over top of the net. What a good looking opportunity there. I don't know if that hits Silvas or not, but still a pretty good looking shot right there. So what an opening. What a pass from Perry. That is vintage passing right there. As the shot goes off of Hughes' stick, actually. So it's another block shot for the Vancouver Canucks. 14:19 to go in this second period play. 11-7 the shots so far in the game for the Vancouver Canucks. Back the other way, Besser across the line. The shot save made by Calvin Picard, scrambled up in front. The Oilers will start back the other way or not, as they just about turn over that puck. Again, they turn it over. And the Oilers are struggling with puck management here, all told. As Besser backhands off the wall, Miller takes a big bump. Kulak instead goes down to the ice. And the Oilers will see the Canucks clear it back to the blue line. They're shot wildly up over top of the net. Ceci to the far side, and is picked up now by Janmark. Janmark will work through the middle of the ice, directed into the Canucks zone. Working hard to get there is Connor Brown. He steals the puck away, directs it towards the front of the net. Back to the blue line, the shot fired again towards the net. Instead, Nugent Hopkins comes up with this puck as Brown takes a shift out there for right now as this puck bounces up off the end wall. bubbles right in front again. Shilov's unable to pick up that puck. The Oilers, though, can't buy a bounce in front as this comes all the way back inside the Oilers' territory. Zach Hyman rushes onto it for an icing call against the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers are so close all series, but just can't buy that bounce in front. And Picard's making a couple of saves here, but really just kind of eating up the rebounds as well, as this has kind of been a problem for the Oilers. But we'll see. Picard's almost halfway through this game without giving up a goal. Those are good results. But the Oilers have been just handing out freebies for the Vancouver Canucks all game. So far right now, the Oilers have 10 giveaways in the hockey game. Tough look, 13-15 to go in the second period. Scrum it up right off the face-off dot inside the Canucks territory. McDavid driving down low into the corner, picked up there by Nugent Hopkins. Rolling to the near side boards as Ekholm tried to keep it on side, couldn't do it. And instead, here we go, this will be Bouchard. Bouchard up the near side boards all the way to Draisaitl, who will fire inside the Oilers zone. McDavid sees it stolen away, and he will start the attack here to Draisaitl. The Oilers load up here midway through the second period. Back down low it goes to McDavid, who takes out Hronek in epic fashion, crashing into him and taking him down with the feet. As this comes back inside the Canucks zone, it'll be an icing call. And the Oilers holding on for dear life here in this second period. Giving away the puck, and thankfully Picard's been able to make the saves. But again, I don't know how you expect your goaltender to pitch a shutout every game because you can't manage the puck. So tough go, as this will be inside the Oilers zone now, following the icing call against the Edmonton Oilers. 12:34 to go in the second period of play. Got something in my eye all of a sudden. My apologies here, friends, as this one comes to the near side. Off the face-off, the Oilers lift out into the neutral zone. Zadorov sees the Oilers go off for a line change. Bounced up there as Garland fires this puck ahead through the neutral zone. Oilers pick it up. Near side over to Ekholm. He'll fire it into the Canucks zone. Coming hard at, Juleson was Dylan Holloway. I thought it was Ryan McLeod. I was like, my eyes definitely are deceiving me there. This puck fired around down low. Garland gets taken out by the referee. He's battling for this puck inside his feet, as it'll be instead stolen by Nuge. Nuge will backhand right to a nice open area. Puck is passed right out to the middle of the ice, and here comes Nurse skating away. Nurse with a partial breakaway, backhanded off the pads of Shilovs. Oilers couldn't come into it. Nurse on the reverse side, just couldn't cash it home on the short side either, as the Oilers getting all kinds of turnovers now all of a sudden in front by the Canucks, and just couldn't bite it as it comes inside the Canucks zone. No icing on the play. 11:29 to go in this second period play. 13-8 the shots on goal for the Oilers now, as this will be bounced into the neutral zone. Perry back down low. The Oilers controlling the puck here through the middle, bounced it into the Canucks territory, and Fogle will go battling against Juleson. It's instead Carlson picking up the puck along the wing, batting it down into the Canucks zone, or Oilers zone, and that'll be a face-off inside the Canucks zone with a icing call. Oh my goodness, my eyes are failing me here. My right eye, so all of a sudden got something in it. I don't know if an eyelash fell off or what. But the Oilers trying their best to get back on the board here to find a way to make it 2-0, and just hanging on for dear life to a 1-0 hockey game. 11:06 to go, and yeah, they are just not managing the puck well so far, as this comes back off the near side boards. McDavid spinning and Hydro, that could be very well, as that could be an issue with the cat hair floating around in the air. As Ekholm back down low, as this will be Nugent Hopkins now to Hyman. Hyman giving away out of the corner, looking to spin and fire. Hyman will now, right off the end wall onto the tape of Nugent Hopkins. 26-second O-zone possession for the Oilers. Nuge down low to McDavid. McDavid spun off there by Pettersson. Pettersson sees him spin back to the middle. Puck went over to the far side for Nuge. No result there. Bouchard plays it down low again for Hyman. Tap back along the wall. Picked up by the Oilers. Shot fired towards the middle. Here's Ekholm loading. Shot up over top of the net to the far side. Bouchard will battle it back now near side for Ekholm. Ekholm looks down low. Hyman's got possession here. Along the far side wall, it's batted off of Hyman's stick. 1 minute of his own possession here for the Oilers. Bouchard fakes the shot, looks through the middle of the traffic. 4 Canucks up high, 1 Canuck down low. Putting up the wall for the Oilers as this one is down low again for the Edmonton Oilers. Is back to the point now. Shot from Ekholm not coming. Near side to now Ekholm again. Fired through traffic up off of Shelov's. Batted down there by Bouchard onto the tape of Shelov's under the glove. And stop made. So there you have it. The Oilers rolling around. Getting to the attack. 9:42 to go in the second period of play. As the Oilers need to really make something happen here 5-on-5. They're starting to pick it up, but again, the top line can't be the only one controlling the play 5-on-5, and that's what it seems it is still for the Oilers in this fourth period. So the Oilers would like to get something going, but I mean, the longer this stays 1-0, and the Oilers obviously scoring the opening goal on the power play, the longer it favors the Vancouver Canucks tonight. That's just simple math here this evening. As we'll check here quickly, friends, where we're at on the watch time. We are up to already 662 hours on the stream, so we are halfway done the second period. We're halfway done the goal for the watch time. We're about to see the Oilers hopefully put something together here on this next few shifts in this second period, but the Oilers need to find a way to obviously get this job done. So yeah, we're rolling along here in this second period. It's kind of interesting to see what the Oilers have or haven't done so far this evening. And yeah, the Oilers need to find a way to build off of that last shift. That was a good last shift, but now the Oilers need to really make it count, because like I said, the longer you allow the Canucks to hang around, the longer this is going to get tough if you're the Edmonton Oilers. So the more pressure you put on the Canucks, the better off it's going to be. As we're zooming into the crowd here. I'm not sure. I think we're just zooming in on the 50-50 jackpot, which sits at $4 million, friends. I guess as Andrew's saying, maybe I should advertise the like button here. If you haven't already hit the like button, we're closing in on 200 likes over there, so definitely would appreciate that. As well, have a face-off inside the Canucks zone now, following that last face-off, as this will be. Draisaitl waved out. Kane coming into the draw. 12-10 the face-offs for the Oilers, so again, that's a nice positive number if you're the Edmonton Oilers, as Kane will take the draw, scrambled up by Holloway and the Canucks, and picked up back the other way. The Canucks will exit the zone and get this one going. So this one battling now near side, and this will be Kane pushing it along. Kane looking to get this going to the far side, picked up now by Draisaitl. 2-on-1, back the other way. It's Draisaitl and Ceci. Draisaitl over to Ceci, off the end wall. The puck ultimately goes, as Holloway will pick it up to the far side. Kane looking to rip the shot. He'll fire it off the pads of Shelov's, and 9:08 to go in this second period. The Oilers got another beautiful chance, but just couldn't cash in, as Kulak will see this one battled down low to Miller. Battling along the wall there, back to the point it comes for the Canucks. This one comes near side. Hronek looking to make the play through the side wall. Can't do it. Instead, the Canucks still able to come up with this puck. Besser's wheeling and dealing right in front. Stolen away by Kulak, batted off the wall. Kulak and Ceci are D-pairing again tonight, as Hughes will get going down along the wall. He'll fire off the referee to the far side boards. Lindholm takes a little jolt there from Kane. The Oilers have been out there for 1:10 now on the ice. 8:28 to go near side. Hughes rolling the Oilers around inside their own zone, right in front. The shot loading for the Canucks up over top of the net. Commitment to blocking shots. The Oilers just dumped a Vancouver Canuck, and now another shot there by Holloway. I think that was Joshua that got dumped by Leon Draisaitl. You love to see those kind of hits in the playoffs. As Kulak bats it along the wall, the Oilers still can't exit the zone, turning the puck over at every opportunity to the Canucks. Near side pass now for oh man, Hronek just fanned on that one. As this comes back near side, the puck will be flipped out into the middle of the ice. 7:50 to go. The Oilers desperately need a line change here. And the Canucks back the other way inside the Oilers zone. Kane's still out there. Kane will take the body against Garland. And Kane is dead tired. Cece's been on the ice for 2 minutes. 1-0 the score for the Oilers here in this second period of play. Puck to the near side. Canucks trying to roll up. Instead, McDavid takes the jolt. The Oilers have completed the line change here by the looks of it. As Kulak and Cece are still out there on this shift. As it's going to be batted over by Cece. Turned to the Canucks. Nugent Hopkins gets the puck back. Turned again to the Canucks. Juleson fires it from the point. Picard makes the save. And there you have it. Stoppage made. So wild sequence for the Oilers. That is a bad sequence. Obviously, the more you get tired, the worse it hurts you. But that is tough. As you gotta stop turning over the puck here to the Vancouver Canucks. The Oilers are way too guilty of making way too many mistakes thus far, and well, at some point it is going to bite them, one could say for sure. So let's go here, friends, again to quickly check the watch time. Now up to almost 700 on the live stream, so we continue to roll this evening. Thanks to everybody back home. Thank you for being aboard here. I just want to say, as we go to the old stats behind, I'll send you the old advertisement right now, and as well check the real-time stats in the background as we are rolling along here tonight on live stream, and everything seems to be getting the views that it normally does, so it looks like we are definitely in for a good ride the rest of the way home tonight. Again, friends, as well, if you're new to the channel, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Would love to have you aboard for more live streams as we go, as we're sitting now at 746. So we're 54 away from 15,800, which is what I'm thinking we can do by the end of the hockey game. Again, friends, as well, if you're wondering why the guy on your camera is talking about the Oilers is wearing some green and pink jersey, just to explain this thing a little bit more for those of you back home. Thanks to the live streams last year, I mentioned it at the start of the year when I did these jerseys, we were able to, Dolynny TV, we're able to sponsor the RMAA U13 B Squad Renegades jerseys and socks as well. So thank you everybody back home for last year's playoffs, and thank you everybody so far for this year's playoffs. I tell you, will be put to good use in the hockey community at some point. So let's do this here. Face off inside the Oilers zone. One back by the Canucks, and they will fire the shot from the blue line. Turned aside there by Calvin Picard. Shot fired again by the Canucks. Turned aside again by Picard. Is like very reminiscent, twice over, deja vu kind of deal. Canucks still controlling play inside the Oilers zone here. The shot loading. Save made in front by the Vancouver Canucks opponent in net, that being Calvin Picard. My brain is absolutely fried here tonight for some reason as this comes back to the blue line. The shot loading for the Canucks again through traffic, goes wide of the net as this bounces up off the boards out of the Oilers zone. Yeah, the Oilers are struggling here tonight so far to maintain this 1-0 lead. They are giving away the puck hard. 6:25 to go in this second period. Shot blocked there by Vinny Desharnais. It is officially the Canucks with more offensive zone possession than the Oilers. 6:15 to go in the second period. Backhanded in inside his own zone by Ian Cole up along the wall. It's Lindholm picking it up. Here comes Ekholm. Ekholm's going to roll down the wing, fire a shot off the end wall, picked up by Connor McDavid. McDavid jostles the puck free from the Canucks. Ekholm will once again pick it up as this comes to the near side boards. And it's picked up now by Lindholm. Lindholm across the line in the middle of the ice. Joshua, the shot blocked in front. I think it hit Garland as it goes in from the far side and picked up now by the Oilers. The other way coming, Connor McDavid was skating into it, but instead Nugent Hopkins sees it coming. The Canucks just cleared it up over top of the glass, and some fans ushering for the puck over glass penalty, but I don't think we are going to get it. As the Oilers are blocking shots in droves this hockey game, you like to see it. 11 block shots. They've almost doubled up their block shots from last game. They have 24 hits to the Canucks 27, and they're out face-offing the Canucks. So there's a lot more positives here for the Oilers after so far one and a half or 1 and almost 2 periods of play. The Oilers have had a better response than in Game 3, one might say, but there's still a third period to play, and the Oilers desperately need to come up with the effort that wins them tonight's hockey game. That much is for sure. So, friends, we continue along here in this second period. Thank you for being aboard. Just to recap the goal scoring, Leon Draisaitl in the first period, about midway through, scored the power play goal, which is why I'm still nervous about tonight's hockey game from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard, because Leon Draisaitl on the power play. So far, the team that has opened the scoring on the power play in this series has lost the hockey game, and I would be absolutely heartbroken if the Oilers find a way to lose tonight's hockey game, given the effort that has had them up 1-0 for the most of the hockey game so far. So we'll see. Vortex, welcome aboard. Let's close this thing out and pop a couple in. That's a sentiment I can get behind. The Oilers desperately need to close it out and pop a couple goals in there tonight. And James, here's the thing. Picard's doing better than Skinner, but so too the Oilers are doing a better job in front of them other than giving away the puck. Do you know how many giveaways the Oilers have tonight? 11. That is brutal. So hopefully the Oilers find a way to do this. And Daniel, in terms of how old Calvin Picard is, I believe he is 31. So keep that in mind. Calvin Picard is kind of where we're at. So let's do this. Face off down in just a second. And I just got logged out of Sportsnet for some reason here, friends. Let's go log back in. And there we go. Log back in. Good. Let's do this. Sorry, just lost my Sportsnet for a brief. And there we go. We're back to action. Face off. Inside the zone for the Canucks. Face off, one off the boards, near side. The Oilers battling it, freed up now. Hyman doing his best to keep it alive. Here's McDavid. McDavid drawing off the wall, trying to get it free instead. He'll dance around the defender, back to the blue line. Shot fired, save made. As this one will be Chilvas covering up and freezing the puck. 5:20 to go in this second period of play. Friends, we got a third period upcoming, and we are rolling along on tonight's live stream. I'm excited to see where we end up this evening, as that's McDavid dancing around, as that is pushed to the middle of the ice, and then McDavid kind of came up with it on the far side boards. And just another good shot there from Zach Hyman, as well as Bouchard got a shot through, and it hit a foot just at the last second right in front. Oilers got to come up with a result here in this shift, hopefully by McDavid, as he comes to the near side boards for Ekholm. Ekholm along the wall fires the shot off the pads of Shilov's, and this will come free now to the far side. Again, another shot. The Oilers just trying to get a puck free in the middle. Just can't seem to do that job here tonight for some reason. 5 minutes to go in this second period of play. The Canucks defending the middle well, but the Oilers have to find a way to get this going. 4:52 to go in this second period as we continue along right to the middle of the ice. Nugent Hopkins fires one up over top of the net, just missing off of the shoulder of Shilov's. 4:40 to go, tipped inside the Oilers zone. Second period now played up the middle and into the Oilers end, and this will be tapped back in. 4:33 to go here in this second period of play. 1-0 the lead for the Edmonton Oilers. JT Miller versus McDavid, 5-on-5 in this series. 18-11 the shots on net for Edmonton, 8-4 the slot shots. Goals 1-0 for Vancouver. So 4:33 to go in this second period of play, friends, as we continue along in this hockey game. Face off one inside the Oilers zone by the Canucks. Shot loading from Hronik, hits a body in front again. Kulak darted the leg out in front, and here's Nugent Hopkins just lifting this one in as he goes off for a line change. 4:20 to go in the second period of play. Hughes to the far side, picked up by Hronik. Hronik will bat along the wall back inside the Canucks zone as this one right to the middle. Never ended up coming off the tape of Pettersson, who's swallowed up now by Kulak, given the business, and he's taken down to the ice. Kulak kind of got the can opener right there as this one will go free now along the wall. Kane will flip up into the Canucks zone. Draisaitl on the ice there against Zadorov. He'll rub him out along the boards but take the worst of it. As Picard will play this along the wall for Kulak. Kulak up long now, picking it up there. Holloway on a 2-on-1 with Evander Kane. Holloway right in front, shot fired, save made. Kane trying to come up with this puck, can't do it. As Holloway drove that to the blue paint, but the Edmonton Oilers just couldn't get this job done as it's batted to the far side now. Here's Draisaitl down low, looking to make this play in front. Oh, Kane off the post as Shilovs was beat and the post gets rung by Evander Kane. 3:18 to go here in this second period of play. Friends, we are about to bring home this second as this will bounce down inside the Oilers zone as Desharnais off the end wall skating forward. He will look to pass this one to the far side across the line now. Here comes McLeod. McLeod loads up the shot, the save made by Shilovs. Now near side, this is back to the blue line for Nurse. Nurse over now, Desharnais over to McLeod, plays it back down low to Desharnais. Perry goes in against Hughes. We've had no penalties here so far in this second period, by the way, as it's bounced back to the blue line. Everybody's out in the neutral zone. Nurse and Desharnais. Nurse with the puck though, 2:33 to go here in this second period. Coming back along the wall now, Janmark's trying to get things going. Instead, Derek Ryan sees it poked over to Quinn Hughes. 2:20 to go in this second period of play, as that's a huge hit there from Derek Ryan on Quinn Hughes, and then Shilovs faked the cover and allowed the Oilers to kind of get back in position defensively as the Canucks tried to find a sneak attack on him. Ullman takes a big hit along the end wall. It's Brown firing it to the far side boards. Picked up now by Cece, who fires it back in as Tyler Myers goes. And friends, the nerves are getting to me here. $1:50 to go in this second period of play. The Oilers have not moved their feet enough in this second period to draw a power play, but there might be an opportunity here to get this job going. $1:40 to go in this second period. Kulak up off the boards, down into the Canucks end. It will not be nice and Cole off the wall. Fires it now to Ekholm. Ekholm over to the far side. It'll be picked up by Bouchard. $1:27 to go in this second period. The Oilers have successfully so far through 18 and a half minutes navigated a 1-0 lead in the second as this one's picked up by Suter to the far side. Bouchard will now have the puck. He'll fire up through the middle right onto the tape. Across the line now as this is picked up by Hyman. The Oilers trying to get this going on the attack as Hyman's taken down to the ice. Battling along the wall, the Oilers continue to make this happen. As Nugent Hopkins has the puck, he will look to make this one come free along the near side wall. McDavid spinning off a check. Instead, the Canucks back the other way will fire this one into the middle of the ice as here's now picking up Ekholm across the line now for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins shoots, scores! 2-0 on a shot from the Nuge. Woo! Let's go. Normally I have a little bit more in the tank for that, but the Edmonton Oilers, an even strength goal from a guy who's gone missing in Ryan Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers take the 2-0 lead. Nola Juleson on the ice there, but Mr. Nugent Hopkins 2-0 late in this second period of play, and that is what you need. Nuge just fires it far blocker side on one. Calvin Picard has Matthias Ekholm taking a hit to make a play, and what a shot from Nugent Hopkins. We've seen that a million times over in his career. As a big hit there from Juleson on Ekholm puts him out of position. Myers can't defend because McDavid was backdoor, and the Oilers take the 2-0 lead with 39.8 seconds to go in this second period. The Canucks have 14 shots, no goals. So far, so good for Cal Picard. And now Nugent Hopkins obviously up there with Connor McDavid, getting a good opportunity to get this game to a good area. Second of the playoffs for Nugent Hopkins, who had gone missing since game 1 of the playoffs, scoring that big game with Henrique and McDavid. Ekholm gets the assist. 27 seconds to go as the puck dribbles down to Shilovs. And William, I'm hoping you're right, but yeah, that was huge for the Edmonton Oilers. And I mean, Matthias Ekholm knew he had 3 Canucks converging on him. All he had to do is before contact, play that puck to the open area, and Nugent Hopkins with that greasy stash was able to help the Oilers do the job. And now, all of a sudden, let's go, friends. We got 27 seconds to close out this second period and bring us home for what's going to be an absolutely unreal third period at Rogers Place tonight. The Oilers, Leon Draisaitl takes the draw against Bluger. It's tied up for a second. This one will be redone in a moment, I promise you that. Face off now, McDavid with Kane and Draisaitl on the ice here as the Oilers try to finish off this period strong. McDavid spinning over the corner right in front. Can't do it as it comes near side, and the Oilers will be taken down. No penalty upcoming against McDavid there as it will be picked up in the neutral zone by the Canucks. Kane pushes through, gets it back to the Oilers. Back up off the camera there, and we will have a stoppage in play as that camera gets struck for the second time in this series. So 6.6 seconds to go here in this second period. The Oilers are 20 minutes away from a 60-minute effort that wins them a hockey game, but obviously there's a lot to go. And Jaden, I like your sentiment because still the Oilers are not out of the woods until they officially win the hockey game, because they scored first on the power play. That is the scariest part of this hockey game thus far. Face off for Leon Draisaitl. 6.6 seconds to go in this second period of play. Draisaitl will take the draw against Bluger. 22-14 the shots for the Oilers. Face-offs down. 5 seconds to go in this second period. Down to Shelovs. He'll play the puck near side. In behind, Juleson has it. And there you have it. The Oilers, after 2 periods of play, have done the job to be up 2-0 now. You got to win this hockey game here in this third period. That's all it comes down to. For the Oilers, though, Leon Draisaitl from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard on the power play is how we got to 1-0. Then it was Calvin Pickard keeping the door slammed shut until 19:20 gone in the second period. 40 seconds remaining. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins from Matthias Ekholm. A beautiful hockey play by Ekholm to get the Oilers where we are. 32-26 the hits for the Canucks. 16-14 the face-offs for the Oilers. That is why, friends, I will tell you all day, that is why the Oilers have the lead right now. They are doing a good job in the face-off dot, and they have double the block shots they had in game number 3. So you got to keep that in mind. The Oilers have a lot of work to do here tonight in this period, but they've got a good chance to get this done. I'm going to leave you on a quick commercial break, run upstairs, and we'll be right back for the intermission fun. So let's go get this going. So be right back. My apologies, friends. Just a quick run upstairs, refill the water bottle, all told, as the Edmonton Oilers lead 2-0 over top of the Vancouver Canucks after, well, guess what? 2 periods of play. That is huge. If you are an Edmonton Oilers fan, we need to obviously bring this one home, as the Oilers need to make this a hockey game the rest of the way home, as they've done a good enough effort to be where we are. But now it's about really doing a good enough effort to actually win, despite scoring the opening power play goal. I don't know how many have been following that, but that is about as real of a thing as you're going to get in the playoffs. And right now, friends, we're at 850 hours watched on the stream, so we are about to bring home the watch hours on the stream again tonight, and then really have an opportunity to do something special here down the stretch in the third period of play. After 20 minutes of play, it was 1-0. After 40, it's 2-0. Some might say after 3, it'll be 3-0, but that's getting ahead of the action a little bit. 22-14, the shots on goal for the Oilers. 26-32, the hits for the Canucks. 16-14, the face-offs for the Oilers. The Oilers power play is 1 for 1. The Canucks power play is 0 for 3. So the Oilers penalty killing continues to be absolutely elite. 11-4 the giveaways for the Oilers, which is nasty, and they have to make sure they get to work here. 6-2 the takeaways for the Oilers, though, so they've cleaned that up to some degree, right? You think if both teams subtract that, that's only 5 giveaways. That's only 2 giveaways for the Canucks. It's a much tighter game. 12-11 the block shots for the Edmonton Oilers so far in tonight's game. So thank you for being aboard here on the stream tonight, friends. And I want to also send a thank you to those of you back home that I don't see in the chat, those of you that I don't have an opportunity to say hi to, because obviously I don't know necessarily that you're here. You're here in numbers, but other than that, not to be seen. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening, right? That's one thing that kind of goes uncredited throughout every live stream, is those of you back home that don't have YouTube accounts just hanging out with us in the background. Really do appreciate you being along for the ride and being a part of what is always a fun time, but in the playoffs especially a really, really good time. Hey, buddy, you're coming up to hang out on the shoulder again? Okay, or on my neck. Yeah, there you go. As the Edmonton Oilers will hopefully find a way to keep things going in this third period. It's going to be an important third period, because if they lose this one, you go back down to Vancouver 3-1 in the series, and that is a big time problem for sure. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Do you smell the cookie crumbs on my face? Of course you do. No, you're not going in my ear. Ted, welcome aboard. Randy as well. Thank you for tuning in from Nashville. And yeah, this is where the Oilers desperately need to have a good third period, right? I think Calvin Picard's given you everything they possibly can, or everything he possibly can, to win you tonight's hockey game. And the Oilers have gotten everything they possibly can from their hockey team tonight to be up 2-0 after 2 periods of play. But you desperately need to get this going. So see where you go. Route 41, thank you for being aboard as well. Yeah, that's been an interesting adventure this year. I guess right now, to check where we are at the subscriber rate, check that, because we're up over 15,751, so we're about 49 shy of that 15,800 mark. So yeah, we'll hopefully get this going here tonight, friends, towards 15,800. Maybe make some new friends as this third period goes along, as everybody gets set to tune in for game number 5 as well. Unfortunately, it's tough for some Albertans tonight on evacuation order from Fort McMurray and those areas, coming south out of the northern corner for what is another fire evacuation. So if you're on the road and tuning in right now, hey, thinking of you right now, and hopefully you get to safety here tonight before it gets too dark out, and you can kind of rest up and figure out what comes next for you. So wishing the best to those of us Albertans out there fighting the wildfires in Fort McMurray and areas in the northern side of Alberta again here in playoff time. Everybody would love to be home watching the Edmonton Oilers, but that's not the case for another year in a row. So unfortunately, yeah, just passing a little bit of a thought on there as well. As friends, I guess Maximus is throwing it down, so maybe I'll throw it out to you right now. Anybody that wants to get that little bit of shout out, maybe you haven't chatted yet, but you want to let me know where you're tuning in from here this evening. Definitely, we have time. 351 of you aboard. It'll be interesting. It'll move fast. If you want a little shout out here, let me know where you're tuning in from tonight, and we'll get you a little tune in shout out as we go along here in this one this evening, as we've got Ted tuning in from Kelowna, albeit Blackhawks fan, as the Oilers are up 2-0 heading into this third period of play. Randy, of course, tuning in from the aforementioned Music City, USA. Matt tuning in from Vancouver Island. So we got things going on here as the Oilers continue to get towards what could be a result here. CGE tuning in from downtown Edmonton. F Woods from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Love to see it. Liz up there in Peace River. As well, we got Armand wishing he could say Edmonton, but tuning in from Vancouver. And Mark as well tuning in from Edmonton, and William in Prince Albert this evening. So, friends, you're throwing in a whole bunch of comments right now. Love to see it. Thank you so much for chatting along tonight. That is one thing that I must appreciate as well. So, let's see. Edmonton, DC 72 as well, as Wizardly Thomas tuning in from Newfoundland. Friends, for those of you out east and across overseas in Germany tonight, tough go. It is going to be a late night if all goes not according to plan. Martin from Esquimalt, Vancouver Island. You got Scott, of course, tuning in from the regular old Franklin, Tennessee. And Drew tuning in from Bonnie Doon this evening. Shirley tuning in from Nanaimo, British Columbia. Lauren tuning in from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Now, Fort Wayne Comets, isn't that the Edmonton Oilers ECHL affiliate, but also a Blackhawks fan? That is fair. As yeah, we are rolling along here, friends, in this one. The Oilers obviously need to keep rolling this evening and keep making the Canucks, as you're saying, make the Canucks look bad in that third period, because the Oilers will be in trouble if they make the Canucks look good in that third period, right? Comeback possible, exactly. Johnny joining us from Edmonton as well. Celestina tuning in from Yellowknife as well. So we have a little contingent up north in the northern part of the country tonight. Solomon tuning in from Little Red River, Saskatchewan. And Kitty here tuning in as well, my good old friend tuning in. He's starting to make his appearance in the playoffs again. I think he became pretty famous there in that series against Vegas last year, so looking forward to that. As Maximus tuning in from Midlands, in the UK, Millwoods Rays though. And what else do we got? We got Chris talking about Stuart Skinner. We got Duncan tuning in from Quinzel, BC. And we are just going to remove that all told from the chat here, because that doesn't need to be happening here. As we'll go with that, the old 24-hour timeout. As Rachel, welcome in from Edmonton. Glad to have you aboard. And James Keefe the Faith. I think the Oilers will be fine tonight. Like I said, they just need to keep doing what they've done. Yeah, everybody noticing just now that Northern Farm Girl's not here. Probably doing duties on another live stream this evening. Usually out and about there in Oilers land. And I think there's a couple live streams going on this evening. Austin, probably Oilers fan reaction as well. So we'll see kind of where everybody bounces around throughout these playoffs as we go here. What's Austin up to? 116 folks over there in Austin's live stream this evening. Good to see his numbers continue to grow throughout the playoffs. I'm assuming by the end of the playoffs we could be neck and neck in terms of total numbers. So that's awesome to see for a space that continues to grow year in, year out. Hey, buddy, you're just going to curl up. And Gord's tuning in from Edmonton as well, as we continue to see this one. And Caden's asking if I have faith in the you-know-what tonight. Well, we'll just see what the Oilers do in this third period of play. Let's say it that way. As Let's go as well. Just checked in from Northern California. Jeff, thank you for being aboard as always. And I think we are coming to an end here. Linda tuning in from Medicine Hat, and Rory as well from Lloydminster. So there you have it. You notice my jersey, is it in Edmonton Oilers jersey? No, unfortunately it is an RMAA U13B Renegades jersey from this season that thanks to the playoffs last year, we were able to, here on Dolynny TV, actually sponsor the jerseys for the kids, all the kids on the team. So excited to see where that gets us as next season goes in, and what has been a highly successful playoff year yet again. So, Dean, what's up? Well, tonight, the Oilers 2-0. That's what's up. We'll have one last commercial break here, and then the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks will get back underway here in a matter of moments for the third period of play. So let's see where we go as the Oilers looking to bring home what needs to be a victory, right? Like I think the do or die term was thrown down in the chat. I don't think the Oilers have quite played the game that way, especially with the penalties early, but they have definitely been on lock and key in this game. They want it as this game goes on, so I'm interested to see where this one will finish up for us. We're up at 886 hours on the stream, so we are literally going to roll into that third period with over 900 hours stream, so just 100 hours to go as we go into the final stages of this evening's hockey game. What did I just do? Turn the wrong button there. And I believe I still have a little Pepsi left. Look at me go. Like to see it. So the Edmonton Oilers are hopefully going to have an effort in this third period unlike anything we've ever seen in this playoff so far. If the Oilers come out just absolutely crashing and banging and find a way to win us a hockey game, that would be absolutely unreal. As I think it's very clear for the Oilers tonight that we can win this game, right? The Canucks haven't looked their sharpest, so if we can find a way to win tonight, that would be absolutely awesome, and we'll see where it goes. And sorry, friends, we should recap the goal scoring one last time. Just to say, the goal scoring for the Oilers: Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Evan Bouchard on the power play to win the Oilers a 1-0 lead. But when I say win, there's a dangerous term there, because the Oilers and the Canucks both have not won yet when it comes to scoring the first goal of the game on the power play in this series. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Matthias Ekholm with the second goal. It's a 5-on-5 marker that doesn't involve Draisaitl or McDavid, so slap me silly if that's the one that wins us this hockey game tonight, that's for sure. So we'll see where we go. As the Edmonton Oilers obviously looking forward to getting going this evening for a huge game, I think. Right? This is the one that kind of determines how this series plays out. We'll see where this goes. So, first time watching a full hockey game and you're from Vancouver? Well, hey, glad you're aboard and enjoying it this evening. And Mr. Doom, what's up? Just played a ball hockey game and won 6-1. Hey, if you're playing a game and you're winning 6-1 and you're joining late, that's a fair statement right there. As the Oilers looking to hopefully bring home, hopefully not a 6-1 final. That would have been nice to see early and often in tonight's hockey game, but unfortunately it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a grind fest for the Oilers to bring this one down here in this third period of play. Friends, we're about to bring it home here now. They're showing highlights, so this is going to get things going. And Randy, we actually heard Mr. George Larocque on 6:30 Ched tonight say Calvin Pickard was going to be Pickard Rene tonight. You heard it here first, is what he said. So far through two periods of play, Calvin Pickard's been pretty phenomenal. Goals 2-0 for the Oilers. Offensive ozone time in favor of the Oilers. 6-2 the high danger scoring chances. Rush scoring chances 7-1 for the Oilers. Puck battle win percentage 61.9%. The Oilers have been much, much better, and Leon Draisaitl obviously continuing his pace in the playoffs. That is all-time, right? Top 3 all-time alongside Gretzky and McDavid. So here we go. Let's do this. Gary, I'm not rubbing the Oilers sign behind me tonight. We don't need Oilers overtime this evening. We need a straight-up win in regulation, as this one is off the draw. It's fired in by Quinn Hughes into the Oilers zone. Battled along the wall there. 2 Canucks come crashing and banging, and it's poked back to the blue line. Hughes gets the tip in front from Garland. Goes wide of the net, however, and back inside the Canucks zone. Hughes mishandles the puck. Shelovs battles it off to Hughes again. And this one will continue up the middle of the ice now for Hughes, looking to make the play to the near side instead. Dancing around the defender, throws it right up the gut, right onto Picard, who will play it off instead to Desharnais. It looked like he was going to cover a good little fake out right there. Nurse torques the man along the wall and Suter, as this is now Draisaitl and Nurse trying to come up with this puck. Nurse eats the worst of it. Holloway trying to tap it ahead to Kane. Can't do it. The Oilers have played 1 minute in this first little bit of this third period. Draisaitl across the line, backhander on Shelovs, and a minute gone in this third period of play as we continue here this evening in what is now a 2-0 game at the tail end of that second period of play. Joshua just got banged up going to the bench. He is hurt and he's doubled over in pain on the bench. So we'll see if the Oilers just built an edge there, losing the physicality of one Dakota Joshua. So this now a face-off, obviously, for the Oilers inside the Canucks zone. You need this one here if you're the Oilers. Derek Ryan's out there to take it. It's one back by the Oilers to the blue line. The Canucks almost got there. Brown bats it back into the Canucks skates, and then the Oilers immediately turn it over, which has been a problem all night. This one picked up again by Nurse. Puck rolling along the wall, now batted into the middle there by Desharnais. Up along the wall, turned over to Mikheyev. Pedersen tries to play it ahead, can't do it. Batted back inside the Oilers zone. Juleson to the far side, looking into the middle of the ice. Bounces it in to the Edmonton Oilers territory. Instead now here comes Derek Ryan. 18.5 to go in the third period play. Derek Ryan fires it down low for Connor Brown. Brown back to the blue line. Kulak fires it low. Picked up by Janmark. Janmark spins this puck up to the point for Ceci. Ceci jams it there at the line. Can't keep it onside was Kulak. Kulak rolling around to the middle of the ice here, looking to the near side boards. Perry can't get it, but it's no icing because Shelovs was able to play that puck and had to. Bounced right on him. Carlson up along the left wing. Hits the official with the puck. Onside the puck is as McLeod crosses into the near side corner. Picked up by Ceci at the point, fired down low to Perry behind the net. Perry will spin, look for this puck to get going, as McLeod will instead play it. A head shot from the outside by Fogle. Goes off the side of the net, and Fogle once again at the side of the net has the puck near side. Carlson and Hughes knock him away from it, and Hughes will lift inside the Oilers zone. Playing in the offensive zone, that's going to do a lot of good things for the Oilers here in this hockey game. 17.5 to go in this third period. Fogle will be battling along the wall, picked up there by Kulak to the near side. As this will be now Hughes firing it around the far side for Carlson. Along the end wall as there's a penalty upcoming to Kulak, and the Oilers have just been guilty of a penalty. Or is Carlson guilty of a penalty here? Because I think they've stopped play, or the Canucks. Yeah, Carlson's headed to the box. As that is tough call if you're the Canucks, as Carlson grabs onto Kulak and just kind of hauls him along for the ride. So now the Oilers have that golden opportunity to make it. That 3-0 that William has kept talking about in the chat. Oilers fan right in behind Carlson, making it interesting there behind the box. Nugent Hopkins out there looking for maybe his second of the hockey game as Draisaitl takes the face off here along the wall, picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard plays it off to Nugent Hopkins, loads back to Bouchard. Bouchard down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl now over to, who is that? Draisaitl actually had the puck. Sorry, shot fired in front, tapped around, and Shelovs will pick up that puck and freeze it there. That was just an awkward, weird stretch there from Shelovs, but he froze it nonetheless. And friends, we are approaching 13,000 views on the live stream, by the way. Shilov somehow, where do you even have that puck? Just actually under the skate by the looks of it. Just kind of froze it up there. 16:49 to go in this third period of play. Buck 45 to go in the power play. So if the Oilers can win this face-off, they do. Nugent Hopkins over to Bouchard. Near side bounce pass to Drysdale. Goes in behind the net for Hyman. Hyman is going to keep this one rolling along the end wall. 16.5 to go in this third period of play as this fires up in the middle of the ice. Lindholm across the line, fires the shot, blocked again. Picard with a huge save with traffic in front, and the power play will now reset, getting going back the other way. Bouchard looking to load up Connor McDavid. $1:18 to go in the power play. Off to the far side for Nuge, down low into the end wall area. McDavid taps it ahead. Hyman back to McDavid here. Stream freezes up, and now I really don't know what's going on, as this one will be reloading here. We'll see if we can get this stream going again, as this will be picked up in the far side by the Oilers. McDavid with the puck. Drysdale's just trying to fake everybody out at the high circle. Drysdale now sneaking down in the middle of the ice. Can't do it now. Picked up by Drysdale on the goal line. Right in front. Tapping it. Hyman. Shilov stretched out in the splits. Just couldn't move, as this one will go for shot fired towards the net. As this will be Drysdale again. Looking down low for McDavid. McDavid looking towards the front of the net now. He'll look to Drysdale. Drysdale right in front. It's tapped away. Drysdale again with the puck. 19 seconds to go here in the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. Down low now for Nuge. Nuge looking for the middle. In front, the tap for Hyman, just no good. The Oilers' scoring chances are really awkward here on this power play. Looking backdoor. This is a shot blocked in front. Save made by Shilovs. Diving out with the pad. 15:03 to go in this third period of play, as the Canucks got the clear on the power play. And oh boy, we are set up for what's going to be a good finish here. Darnell Nurse now on the ice for the Oilers, up the middle of the ice over to the far side bench area, as this will be lifted into the benches. We'll have a stoppage in play with 14:45 to go in this third period of play, and Leon Drysdale with a couple great looks in front. Just couldn't bite it past Shilovs a couple of times, and the Oilers unlucky there, unable to stop this Canucks goaltender Shilovs from stealing the show, as Zadorov was also able to clear the blue paint on that wrap right in front by Hyman. So here we go, face off inside the neutral zone, just outside of the Vancouver blue line. 56-39 the shot attempts for the Edmonton Oilers. The Canucks so far 15 shots on net. Laura, good evening to you, as this puck comes around the boards now for Picard, who tries to get Nurse out of his way. Coming back to the front of the net, 14.5 to go in the third period of play. Hughes shot from the point, tipped in front, rebound loose, and it's Suter unable to fire it free in front. The Oilers though again turn over the puck. The Canucks continue to roll around. Garland tees up the one-timer for, I don't know who that was, but the puck eventually goes out of play. We have a stoppage here. Now all of a sudden Desharnais is getting involved with Miller and Nurse, and this one continues to battle into the corner. Kane immediately jumps in, and Desharnais, getting mad there. Desharnais wanted a piece of Miller right there. So the Oilers now, with just over half a game to go, to finish this one off. That's all they have to do. Finish this one off. As there you have it. This huge shot in front, and then Perry got a piece of the puck on the way out of play, and then it comes into the corner, and Miller kind of jams the stick into the boards. A little upset on that, and then Nurse gave him a cross check, and away they went. So yeah, you like to see that. And Perry had the stick right in front of Besser's mouth. You like to see that from Perry. Perry throwing the old stick bar up there, saying, "Come on, come at me." You like to see that. So 37-28, 14-15 to go in this third period of play. As 18-17 the face-offs for the Oilers. It's been a fantastic night in the draw for the Oilers. Obviously going 500 in the draw against the Canucks, or pretty good effort there for the Oilers. So puck back to the blue line, 14:04 to go in this third period. Puck along the wall, taken down there as one of the Canucks players. Back to the blue line. Hronek is offside. They let it go as Hughes regathers in the neutral zone. Back to the blue line, tap back into the neutral zone. And it'll be Hronek coming up with it, instead passing it past Hughes and almost stolen away by Connor Brown. The Oilers went 12-6 tonight. An interesting call, knowing that they could have gone 11-7 with Broberg in the lineup, and Hughes is ultimately offside at the Oilers line with 13:36 to go. You like to see it here for the Oilers tonight, friends. And I think it is safe to say this evening, all told, we can add it up and we can put it together, friends. We have hit, not yet, actually not yet, my apology. We are at 981 hours, so we're 19 hours away from hitting the the 1,000 hour mark. So the Edmonton Oilers, obviously in this hockey game, up 2-0. Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the goal scorers here. The Oilers are getting out-hit 35-29 by the Vancouver Canucks. 29-15 the shots for the Oilers, and 12-4 the giveaways for the Oilers. There's a lot of stats here. 13-12 the block shots for the Oilers as well. So see what happens the rest of the way home in this hockey game. But the Oilers closing in on what's been a good effort tonight, and now they just need to find a way to get this job done. As is there anything else we need to know? Yeah, as Corey Perry, they're showing the highlight there of Corey Perry doing his thing. And yeah, PK Subban showing up a little TikTok video there. As we will have an opportunity now for Calvin Picard's quote of the season. I'm fighting for my life on every start this year. Mr. Calvin Picard's been absolutely fantastic tonight, so we'll see if he continues that trend the rest of the way home. We have just over 13 minutes to go in this third period of play. They're showing the body of work for Cal Picard tonight, who's been giving up a ton of rebounds, but at the end of the night, it's if you keep him out of the back of net, it's all that matters. And that's why everyone was, of course, upset with Stuart Skinner. We're back underway, though. Zadorov, by the way, who has been a non-factor in this hockey game. As I was saying, the Oilers needed to make him this evening, as this one goes along the far side wall. As the Canucks will pick this one up behind the net. Garland back to the blue line. Shot from Zadorov off a body in front. Garland fires it through traffic, scores. Is that one Calvin Picard has to have? Is that one Cal Picard has to have? That's the question. Or are we going to give him the fact that he's made 14 saves on 15 shots? All right. Meltdown time while the energy inside the Rogers viewing party at Vancouver, BC is absolutely nuts. But the Edmonton Oilers obviously need to find a way. So, William, we move away from your 3-0 prediction and now Andrew's 3-1 prediction. But that's a tough goal to give up. The Oilers, just with that whole sequence, not really good off that face-off. And the Canucks are able to not even it up, but cut into the lead and get one of evening it up. As this is now the Vancouver Canucks getting to the attack inside the Oilers zone. Suter has it stolen away, but in fact the play is offside. There you have it. 12:53 to go in this third period of play. Buckle up, friends. We are about set for what's going to be a fun one to finish, as this one will be interesting to see. That's a tough one from the middle of the slot. Garland just fires a glove side on Cal Picard. 12:50 to go. Obviously the Oilers have done a good job staying in this game throughout most of it. The Collapse probably not coming tonight, hopefully, as the shot from the point there by the Canucks goes up over top of the net. Engage. Suter down low. Puck now near side, picked up by Bouchard up off the end wall to the far side. Now Ekholm will battle along the wall, picked up by Connor McDavid. 2-on-2 with Zach Hyman back the other way. The shot from McDavid, the rebound from Hyman. Not jammed home, unfortunately, and this one comes now off the wall to the near side. Besser will take a hard hit there from Hyman, and then Pettersson gets erased by Bouchard as well. And this one now 12-11 to go in this third period of play as we heat things up inside the last 12 minutes of play. This one through the middle of the ice to the far side, tipped in by the Oilers. Back in the middle of the ice, it comes inside the Oilers zone on the clear by Vancouver as it comes back now again inside the Canucks zone. We're going back and forth here over the last little bit. Fogle just engaged with a big hit, and then Perry just about killed Hughes, missed by an inch. And back the other way it comes now for Mikheyev, freely in the middle. The shot blocked in traffic again. This one coming back through the middle as this goes now for Pettersson. Back to the blue line. Near side Hughes rolling past the defense of the Oilers as Fogle turned him back last second. The shot ripped in the front. The Canucks dive at a puck. Stop made in front by the stick of Cody Ceci. Thank him when he does something good as Ceci dives in front of that one and skidded it away from the front of the ice as this one will come now for Hronek through the middle of the far side, and this will be batted in by the Canucks into the Oilers zone along the end wall. Desharnais against, I believe, Miller, I think, or is that Garland? Not 100% sure as Brown frees it up as Nurse comes across the line, shot towards the net. Brown again in the corner, taps it back to Nurse, down low, back to Brown, back up now. The shot in front, trying to queue up. Myanmar was Ryan. Couldn't quite bat it home there on the shot to the slot as it's fired in. Offside are the Oilers at the line. Tapped back inside the Canucks zone. Zadorov. 10:36 to go in this third period of play. Puck up the middle of the ice. Tapped off the boots of an Edmonton Oilers player. And now all of a sudden you can feel this getting to that playoff desperation type hockey as the Oilers cling to a 2-1 lead late in the third period. Across the line, the Canucks come with just 20 seconds remaining in the first half of said third period as it's in behind the net now, picked up by the Canucks at the blue line, fired down to Besser, who's also been a non-factor so far tonight, as this one is flipped out by the Oilers to the neutral zone, battled up there by the Canucks. They'll tap forward into the Oilers zone, firing now Cole around on the far side. This will be Bluger along the wall there. 9:56 to go in the third period. Back point shot saved by Picard. And this one will be down low. And friends, actually, yeah, I think you can hear the game coming from me. I think when I refresh the volume, reset to where it normally is when I enter the live stream on Sportsnet at the start. My apologies there, as this one will be backhanded now for the Canucks in the neutral territory and fired back into the Oilers zone. 9.5 to go in this third period of play. 30-17, the shots on goal for the Oilers across the line, picking up steam. Backhand by McDavid towards the net, misses wide as there's a little fruit fly or something flying around in here as this back off the end wall. McDavid trying to drag in front, takes a pop there from the Canucks, back the other way. The Vancouver Canucks fired into the Oilers zone. This one along the wall now, 9:04 to go as this one continues to battle for the Oilers. As this is tapped along the far side wall, again to the near side boards, it's cut off at the end wall. 8:46 to go in this third period of play, battling along the end wall. The Canucks come up with it. Pettersson to the front now, Hughes to the far side, Hronek back to Hughes. Hughes loading up the shot, Hughes trying to skate onto it. Here's Pettersson, shot up over the shoulder of Calvin Picard off the end wall and bounces right into the crease. The Canucks trying to bend the Oilers here and break them, as the Canucks have 46 seconds of offensive zone time. Carlson can't backhand it on net. Pettersson back to the point for Hronek. 55 seconds of zone time now to the near side for Pettersson. A full minute of zone time to the far side of the line change. Shot! Besser, the save made by Picard, who bails the Oilers out on what has been another poor shift by the top line inside their own zone. Hyman bats it out into the neutral territory. 7:57 to go in this third period of play. Across the line, picking up now Garland. He'll take the rough ride there from the Edmonton Oilers defense. Back to the line, Hughes gets the attack going again. And this one out in front by Garland on the far side corner. Garland trying to battle there along the wall as this is picked up and fired down low by Lindholm. 2 minutes and 6 seconds for Nugent Hopkins. Glove, hand, save, Picard. 7.5 to go. And there you have it. Tempers flaring here. Perry's got somebody tangled up. Desharnais taking some glove washes there as well. Bouchard's coming over. Everybody's on the ice now, as it looks like Joshua and Perry want a piece of each other late in this hockey game as Picard skates away. Perry's on the ice. Penalties here don't need to happen. But man, oh man, the Oilers battling here in this third period to stay alive as the Canucks got a couple key shots off and a big time save by the stick of Calvin Picard. A 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, we head to commercial break. Bear with me. I'm just going to run for a bathroom break. We'll be right back here on the Dolynny TV live stream. Again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that. Be right. My apologies, friends. We are back to action. Thank you for staying tuned as we get things rolling towards the conclusion in this third period of play, as the Oilers desperately need to cling on to this 2-1 lead. So far, they have had a good enough effort to do so. So now, what do you have to top it up? Because the Oilers are about to be tested here as we hit 10 o'clock in Alberta, and the Oilers need to find a way to get this going. So on the road, the Canucks 2-1, 4-3 overtime win, as this will be fired inside the Canucks zone. 7:22 to go in this third period of play, forced into the Oilers zone as this will be fired along the far side boards. Up and freed up now by the Edmonton Oilers in the neutral zone for a brief moment as the Canucks were able to clamp it down at their own blue line and pick up possession. 7:04 to go here in this third period of play as this comes back inside the Canucks territory. 6:58, Hughes has got the puck. He's looking for options. Along the wall he goes as Kane delivers a punishing hit but doesn't knock Hughes down. Instead fell down himself. Down inside the Oilers territory, icing call. Friends, we have crossed 14,000 views on the live stream. We're in pretty much probably going to hit 15. But as we look right here and go towards this, how about this? We're up over 1,081 on the stream. Thank you for being aboard here tonight. Appreciate you hanging out with me this evening as we close up shop here tonight. 6:48 to go. I mean, hopefully we close up shop. I know somebody predicted that it would be 2-2 going to overtime. Well, the Canucks still have to get to work to make that happen, as this one will be along the end wall. The fire to the far side off the face-off. The Oilers see it cleared out by the Vancouver Canucks. 6:38 to go in this third period of play as the Oilers load up near side inside their own zone. As 6.5 to go in this third period, up along the wall, Nugent Hopkins, who last shift spent 2 minutes on the ice. He is gassed, I am sure, as this goes up along the end wall. Hyman battling there inside the Canucks zone. Can't do it. 6:16 to go in this third period of play. Picking it up now, Garland with the puck, skating around in his own zone. 6:10 now in this third period. 6:05 to the far side. Myers across the line. Oman down low as Desharnais gets it back. Picked up by the Oilers fired in, and here's Derek Ryan. 5:54 to go in this third period of play. To the near side, it'll be battled there, and here now continuing to battle Ryan McLeod as this puck is just being tied up. Anywhere it is on the ice, it's being tied up. The Oilers are doing everything they can to cling to the lead, and the Canucks trying to make it hard on the Oilers to break into their own zone. Zadorov with a good recovery at the blue line here. He's going to see Pettersson fire it off the pads of Cal Picard as this will come back now near side boards for Desharnais. Backhand to the far side for Darnell Nurse up off the wall and into the neutral zone. That is going to skate all the way down. The puck went to Archer Shilovs as that'll be Zadorov picking this one up. And this one will come back now to Besser. Picked up by Ceci. Ceci sees Holloway fire it back to the blue line. Hughes to the far side. Shot loading here for the Canucks. Miller can't corral the puck. 4:55. We are inside the last 5 minutes of play between the Canucks and Oilers. Friends, this is about to get interesting. So this one will be back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes spins and fires to the near side. Back down low as Cody Ceci. 13:11 to go, or offensive zone possession for the Oilers, sorry. As this one back to the blue line again for Miller. Miller to the far side. The Canucks trying to get an opportunity on net here. Can't do it as it's picked up and fired back the other way. And here comes Evander Kane out against Shilovs. Wow! Wow. When is the last time you have seen a goaltender almost at the blue line? What a save there by Shilovs, poking it away from Evander Kane. He's back in his net. 4:10 to go in this third period of play. Puck to the near side for Hyman. Oilers across the offensive blue line inside the Canucks territory behind the goal. As this is McDavid picking it up against the Canucks defense. Myers, Zadorov out there as it's played to the near side, and the Oilers continue to battle there. Myers tries to throw the shoulder into the upper area of Hyman. He rode it out well, picked up again, fired towards the net, blocked by Myers. And Bouchard near side will fire it back inside on the tape of Nugent Hopkins. Over to Zach Hyman. Can't push through. As this one battling near side, the Oilers pick it up as Nugent Hopkins will fire up off the end wall. Picked up by McDavid, the Oilers top line, trying to cook something up here as Connor Brown couldn't get the shot through cleanly. 3:23 to go in this third period of play. Up off the wall there's Matthias Janmark. The Canucks trying to come up into the middle of the ice as they will cut up through the neutral, but turned back once more by the Edmonton Oilers. Near side battled in by Edmonton as this will be Shilovs battling it around to the far side. Across the line now, the Canucks get inside the Edmonton Oilers zone as Desharnais gets it over to Carlson. Back to the near side point. Fired in by Cole again. 2:51 to go here as this will be batted now off the end wall. Picked up by Desharnais as this one will be Carlson back to the point. Shot loading. Save made by Picard. He will hold it and freeze it with a stoppage in play, and that's the first time I've noticed Donald in the channel tonight. My apologies if you've been in here, Donald, but I'm looking to you for that empty netter, I'll tell you that much, as Shilovs came diving out. As we will have a chance one last time, friends, if you're aboard for the ride here in this third period, I'd love to have you aboard for the ride in game number 5, win, lose, or otherwise for the Edmonton Oilers. Love to have you aboard for it, so definitely consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Just a little self-promoting ad for myself, one might say, as we're up at 15,759 subscribers now. So thank you to everybody that's found the channel throughout the playoffs and for being here on the channel. We can officially say as well, we are well up over the watch time goal for this evening. 14,519 times 4.6. How about that? 1113. So we're going to finish off this live stream up over 11,000 or 1,150 hours. So now the Edmonton Oilers need to obviously finish this game off quick and efficiently against the Canucks here in this third period of play. The Oilers have a few moments to go. Obviously there is 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. The Oilers have outshot the Canucks 31-19. The Canucks have out-hit the Oilers 41-34, but the Oilers tied with Canucks in face-offs at 21-21, and the giveaways 12-4 for the Edmonton Oilers. So there's still a lot left in the game to be desired from the Edmonton Oilers. As we'll see where it goes. As this is now going to be an opportunity for the Oilers inside their own zone to try and close out this hockey game against the Vancouver Canucks to tie the series at 2 apiece in what has been a gutted out victory for the Oilers if they can finish this one off here tonight. Canucks though with plenty of time to make this one happen. 7 straight games decided by 1 goal, 5 wins for the Canucks. Man, do they keep it close, as this will be a face-off inside the Edmonton Oilers zone with 2:38 empty net for the Canucks. 1 back by Vancouver. They're pressing here to make it happen. One-timer shot save made by the block in front, I believe, for the Oilers, as this will be fired out of the zone. Hughes with the puck now, as this was fired to the near side back into the Oilers territory. 2:20 to go here in this third period play. Oilers roaming around the boards, get the clear into the Canucks zone all the way down for icing. 2:13. You want to party? I guess we're going to party on a Tuesday night, because we're going to take our time finishing off this third period of play. There's about to be a lot of icing calls for the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, all 582 of you aboard for the ride. Thank you for being along for it this evening. We got 2:13 to go in the third period. Calvin Pickard, 17 saves on 18 shots. Shilvas, 27 saves on 29 shots. So let's see where we go. Face off back, 1 for the Canucks, near side now. Back to the blue line it goes. Canucks looking to set up the attack at the point. Back to the blue line again. The one-timer loads blocked in front as the shot drifted around to the far side. My mustache all of a sudden gets itchy. Welcome to the playoff beard, as this one comes off an Oilers body along the wall. Pettersson back to Lindholm. The shot off the wall, fired and blocked in front again. Pettersson through traffic. Glove hand save for Pickard, and the building erupts on shot number 20 and save number 19 for Calvin Pickard this evening. I'm getting all kinds of itchy and tingly and nervous here, friends. Just give me a brief second. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everything is just starting to tingle. My toes are tingling. Oh yeah, the nerves, the absolute calamity of it all. The Pickards are sitting there nervously watching their kid in net for the Oilers in a playoff game in which has been a long time coming for Cal Pickard. $1:47 to go in this third period of play. Looks like the Canucks might have called a timeout here. And EDMs, it is the Edmonton Oilers playing at home here, looking to even the series going back to Vancouver. I'll tell you, if the Edmonton Oilers win tonight and win in Vancouver on Thursday, Saturday night, friends, we're closing this thing out. But yeah, we gotta get this job done. And yeah, I'm tweaking out a little bit, I guess you could say, in terms of the facial touching and all that. As it's been kind of tough, as the Oilers need to definitely settle my nerves here in this third period. $1:47 to go in this third period of play. Empty net for Vancouver, and the Oilers have to figure this out here defensively on this draw. Face off inside the Oilers zone. It is Derek Ryan taking the draw, and the face off won back by the Canucks. Hughes gets it now to Besser. Besser fires the shot into traffic, deflects into the net, and the Canucks tie it up just like that to make it 2-2 with a $1:41. Whoever said this game was going to be tied at 2 at the end of regulation in the chat, stand up, because that was a huge one for you, as the Canucks have made it 2-2, and now we will head hopefully to overtime. But it looks like Calvin Pickard's parents are standing up. Yeah, Calvin Pickard's parents are standing up. I wonder if maybe there's there's no interference on that play, not at all, as that is a tough break for the Oilers off of a skate, off a stick, and back of the net. So here we go, friends. Buckle up. We are going to get a chance at overtime, and the Oilers again, of course, scoring the opening power play goal, give up the lead, and we are likely destined for overtime the way this game's gone. But there's still a $1:40 to go, and the Oilers have to figure out a way to maybe respond here in regulation. 8th of the playoffs for Brock Besser, who's having himself a heck of a run. as this one will be picked up in neutral territory. Bouchard with the puck. He's going to play it off to the far side for Ekholm. We can relax a little bit. We're back tied, $1.20. We'll go down low, and we'll see what happens here. So, I doubt Mr. George there. And Mr. George Larocque did not say that this game would be tied. George Larocque said that this hockey game would be a blowout for the Edmonton Oilers. My man lied to us. So, yeah, this is going to be a weird finish here for the Oilers, as this comes back the other way now for Miller. Miller across the line, in on Calvin Pickard. Back to the blue line now it comes, chopped out by the Canucks. It'll be held in now, fired back towards the net for... Oh man, Kane just absolutely annihilated Hronek there. Kept in onside by the Oilers. Here's now Draisaitl getting to the attack. Over to Kane. The shot fired towards the net. Blocked in front. This one is Draisaitl behind the net with 40 seconds to go. Right up the gut to Bouchard through traffic. Scores! Evan Bouchard on the goal. Sends us to a 3-2 lead late in this hockey game. 38.1 seconds remaining. And Ice District Plaza goes insane. The Oilers find a way to make it 3-2. Unbelievable. 38.6. Oh my goodness. What a shot. Through traffic by Bouchard. Lined up and scored. Evan Bouchard, the hero. Everybody was saying Bouchard was going to be the hero at last game. But what a hit from Kane behind, and Bouchard feeds it off of Shilov's by the look of it and fired it to the back of the net. As what a shot by Bouchard through Shilov's back of the net and in. So there you have it. Unless anything happens here, is 38.1 seconds to go. Fourth of the playoffs. Shilov's talking things over with Quinn Hughes. 38.1. What a dramatic go. 5-on-5 goals for the Oilers, 2 of them in this hockey game. 35 seconds to go, bring it home. Rogers places Shilovs is trying to dart to the bench. Quinn Hughes gives them the go signal, and the Canucks trying to come back the other way through the middle. It's tipped up near side. Picking it across the line now is Pettersson. 19 seconds to go, as this one will go along the wall. Both teams battling there. 13 seconds. The Oilers have it tied along the wall. Desharnais doing his best to stand on the puck. 8 seconds remain in the hockey game. Back to the blue line. Hughes, far side, onside. 2 seconds to go. Canucks need a shot. Falls down. Oilers bring it home. It's a 3-2 victory for Edmonton on what was an empty net goal for the Canucks. Followed up by Evan Bouchard bringing home Pickard's biggest victory of his career thus far. 3-2. The series is tied 2 apiece. And the Edmonton Oilers head back to Vancouver with an opportunity to bring it home, with a chance to eliminate the Canucks. What a finish tonight. If you would have told me that's how this one was going to finish up. The curse is broken. The Oilers tried to gift the Canucks the game to overtime at least. But what a finish here this evening. The Edmonton Oilers bring it home. And friends, Calvin Pickard obviously steps in there in a pressure-packed situation and finds a way to deliver the goods this evening for the Edmonton Oilers. What an unreal finish. And friends, let's do this. The post-game edition, we'll do that in a matter of moments. I do want to say, if you're heading out, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. Blingman, thank you so much. The Edmonton Oilers win this evening's hockey game. And what we'll tell you right now is, while the Oilers, the goal scoring goes Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Garland, Besser, Bouchard. Game over, 3-2 at the end of regulation for the Edmonton Oilers. What a great night to be an Edmonton Oilers fan. Let's get to the post-game edition, shall we? Let's do it. Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome aboard to the post-game edition of Edmonton Oilers Talk here on the channel, as the Edmonton Oilers, my goodness, you see it there on the scoreboard, find a way to win 3-2 in regulation. An effort that there was a lot not to like in the game all told, but again, if you're going to nitpick a victory that gets you back to 2-2 in the series, I'm going to tell you, slow down a little bit because we got a chance to go to Vancouver, take home a victory, and bring it back with an opportunity at Rogers Place in Game 6 to eliminate the Vancouver Canucks on home ice. So lots to be decided in this series yet, and Game 7 still a full possibility as well. I love it, I love it, I love it. But the Edmonton Oilers come back from what was a choke job, you could say, late in that third period, right? They were up 2-0, give up the goal to make it 2-1. Canucks pull the net and then give up the 2-2 goal. Tough look. You've done that a couple times this series, so it feels. And then, well, the Edmonton Oilers find a way to plow through, get in the offensive zone. Evander Kane with a bad double minor for high sticking, cross-checking to the mouth, whatever you want to say, redeems himself in the final minute of play, wrecks Hronek along the end wall, and the Oilers come up with the puck momentarily later, and bing bang boom, Bouchard on a pass from Draisaitl from behind the net fires it back in the net on Shilovs, and the Edmonton Oilers gorgeously find a way to win this hockey game 3-2 in the last 38 seconds of the period. It was Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Garland, Besser, Bouchard in that order that made it 3-2 for the Oilers. It was Bouchard from Draisaitl and Kane, the game winner. Bouchard, the Game 4 hero, as he was the Game 2 hero. Bouchard scored the game-winning goal in both victories for the Oilers in this series. 30-21 the shots. Canucks out hit the Oilers 48-37, but the Oilers kept the face-off dot close tonight, 25-22 in favor of Vancouver. And that is ultimately one of the things this series you can look to. Every time the Oilers keep it close, they win the hockey game. So what else I need to mention for you, friends, is tonight Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scored a goal 5-on-5. The Oilers scored 2 5-on-5 goals and found a way to win tonight's hockey game. That you have got to love if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan. That said, too, friends, if you're new to the channel, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV this evening. Would love to have you aboard for game number 5, whether it be live stream coverage, whatever the case might be, as we get going this evening towards the end of what has been a long night, right? Obviously for the Oilers, it was a stress case all night. They were sitting on a 1-0 lead much of the night. And then late in that second period, they get the goal, kind of make it what it was, right? Or where was it in the second period? Hold on, I'm forgetting my times here. Nugent Hopkins was, late in the second period, 40 seconds to go. Bouchard late in the third period with 39 seconds to go made it the hockey game that it truly was. So, end of the night, the Oilers win. Calvin Pickard was amazing tonight, but again, the Oilers knew they had to go to Pickard, whether it was to rest Skinner mentally or whether it was to give Pickard the opportunity to shine. Both happened, and now the Oilers have really no decision to make. I think you run back Calvin Pickard in game number, yes indeed, 5 as well. Keep Stu out of there until you know Stu's ready to go for maybe the next series. Friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I'm gassed. I got to get up early for work tomorrow. I would love to keep talking on the post-game edition like we did the last game, but again, work takes precedent on a weeknight. We'll talk soon. See you tomorrow morning, hopefully, for the pre-game edition. I am up on out of here. For those of you on the live stream, though, thank you for being aboard tonight. I will continue along with you here as we go towards the end of tonight's hockey game. The Oilers win 3-2, a big-time victory. You love to see it. Evan Bouchard comes up with probably the most clutch shot of his life thus far, an absolutely unreal shot from the point, and there's so much to be made of this hockey game tonight that the Oilers really did a good job battling and keeping this game alive to the very end as Oilers stunned the Canucks late, you could say. As that was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the Oilers, overtime was a sure thing, right? I think we were all ready for overtime, and then nope, doesn't end up being, and wow. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, this is, I'm still stunned. Friends, I know I just did the post game, and I still can't believe the Oilers actually pulled it off tonight, because it's one of those situations where normally they don't pull it off, and they're now talking about a possible high stick against Draisaitl, and I think that was, no, by the time he contacts the puck, it's shoulder height. So That's good to see as the Edmonton Oilers choked the lead and then stunned the Canucks late in this third period to win this hockey game. Stun the Canucks late is the headline. Alright, let's do this, friends. Sorry, just typing away, and then I'll say my thank yous to everybody, and we will get up on out of the live stream. But thank you, just kind of letting everybody chat amongst yourselves right now. But thank you for being aboard on the live stream. Again, this has been a fantastic game from the Oilers, a fantastic effort, but like I said, I'm just trying to peel out of here as fast as possible this evening to close up shop and obviously get on to what is going to be rolling into work, hopefully 7:30 or somewhere in there, as the Edmonton Oilers find a way on the back of the first playoff start for Calvin Pickard to get his first playoff win. And what a night for him this evening, with parents in attendance all told. Calvin Pickard finds a way to win what was possibly the biggest game of the series. And, well, the Oilers now head back to Vancouver with an opportunity to really do some damage as you can bring it home. Just unreal. This Calvin Pickard gets the interview post-game as well, as the Edmonton Oilers, I mean, I'm stunned, right? You think you choke the lead, game's done, game's over. This is exactly how the game's gone, how many times over, and the Edmonton Oilers were able to hold on and do the job and get it done. So friends, for me tonight, that is going to do it. Thank you so much to everybody this evening. Thank you to the chat, but we will catch you here.